Inside Stone's Gambling Hall in Sacramento, California, you'll find Sammy's Restaurant and Bar. Recognized for its innovative, healthy global cuisine, Sammy's offers menu selections made with local, organic ingredients. Indulgent options like truffle fries, duck tacos, artisan wood-fired pizzas, fresh salads, and more, along with an eclectic selection of craft beers and classic handcrafted cocktails. Plus, with 40 big screen TVs, Sammy's is also the perfect place to catch your favorite game. Satisfy your craving anytime, 24/7, tableside or in the dining room at Sammy's Restaurant and Bar at Stone's Gambling Hall.
Up, everyone. Welcome to Stone's Live Poker. My name is Veronica BRILL. With me is the Jake.
You're welcome.
Jake Axel Rose. I don't know. That's your last name, right?
Yeah, same.
Tonight, as promised, 10.25.
10 and a quarter.
10 and a quarter, honey. Just a quarter.
I like the Minesweeper shirt or like thing on your thing.
I came in today and I'm like, Jake, look at my shirt. Super 80s, like 80s movies, and he's like, no. It's,
you have a grid on your shirt.
You have a grid on your shirt. That's it.
It's Minesweeper.
I was trying to go 80s, pink hair, like, you know, something cool and awesome. But then you just like shut it down.
Yeah.
Shut it down. Anyway, pitter patter your heart. Not only is there a 10.25 with, I'm hoping maybe occasionally a straddle of 50. Or half of someone's stack, which you can do at Stone's. You can straddle up to half your stack. But C1, Matt Holtzclaw.
He's the best. What am I gonna say? Like you look like right at me. Like
rub your tattoo. Rub it for good luck. Maybe he'll make some money tonight. Oh.
Matt H.
Matt Holtzclaw's sitting on 6K. He didn't come here to have practice. He came here for a game. He didn't come here just for fun. He brought 6K and sat down, and I guarantee you there might be some more money in his pocket.
Kid's here to cut a profit, that's for sure.
Cornbread in seat 2, sitting on...
First time on the stream, I played a lot of No Limit. I played a lot of PLO with him, actually. I've never seen him at these stakes, so...
We're excited to see what he's got.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cornbread's sitting on 4,800, and these are when they started, around the live stream start time. They did start an hour before the live stream. Tom in seat 3.
I believe also the first time on the stream.
Yeah, nice guys. I said a few words to him before we started. He's sitting on $3,200. Peter, salad eater. He's sitting in seat 4 with 2,800. ZM, we all know Zach.
The best.
Zach from Sac. Watched him 3-barrel bluff. He's has no fear. I like his range. A little bit rangeless, not as bad as Harlan, but Zach is fun to watch. He's in for 5K. Navy in seat 7. Zach's in seat 6. Navy's in seat 7 for $2,500. I don't see him there. He's probably in the bathroom.
Just got up.
Mike in seat 8, $4,200.
Mike is one of our Cal Games dark side, like, corporation players. Mike is, you know, anytime you come from that side of the room where there's kind of the natural, like, gamble that kind of lives inside of you, I would expect Mike to live and die a little bit on the wild side tonight. Like,
I'm expecting that. He told me he drove in from Sexy Town. I didn't realize it was actually Gamble Town, aka Gamble Town.
Yeah, he's got some problems.
Oh, my jokes.
Speaking of problems,
Harlan! A man who's got more problems than Jay-Z, Harlan. None of them are a girl either. I was gonna say what actual Jay-Z's problem isn't, but Harlan's coming in for 5,600. Although I am optimistic that Harlan's got more barrels in him if this happens to not go his way. But we've watched Harlan crush games lately.
Harlan, what I know about Harlan is I mean, Harlan will barrel. I mean, we've seen him like kind of the 1-3. in the Veronica and Friends game that you host for like 4K, 4K.
We bus up.
Everything from like 1.3 to 10 and a quarter. Harlan doesn't care. It's action, it's leveling, and it's putting a bad beat on someone.
Well, why is Harlan constantly invited to Veronica and Friends? Because Harlan will play. Harlan isn't afraid
Harlan
to see flaws.
plays poker.
Harlan plays poker. You don't
He's
want
not
someone to
meddling.
sit for ace, king, aces, and kings all day. It's horrible to watch. So Harlan's one of the best people to watch. Tank X87, welcome to the chat. Nice to see you.
Caleb 21, what's going on?
Rick and Barstow, nice to see you. T. Burke, one of the favorites. Ryan, 00714, nice to see you, darling. Honey, baby, I'm here for you. And let's hope we get some action hands. Let's like, should we
Can you
like,
believe the nut flush or the ace-side flush straight flush hand that Mike
straight
Possible on Monday? I freaked out. I went back and watched it.
it was so bad, it was
My
good, but it was
reaction
bad.
was like, yeah. I was legitimately for the next like 30 minutes just like catching my own breath. I wasn't even involved in the hand. Like just like, wow, that really happened.
Had we not known the players, we would have just been cheering, just obsessively loving it. But because we know them, it hurts us.
Yeah, no,
Right?
it was like mixed emotion thing. I love to see Mike, you know, who's you know can find every bad beat in the book. To find a one-outer like that. At the same time, you like Maddie is like one of the greatest guys, nicest guys we find in the room.
Nicest.
Absolutely, and I love me some Maddie, and it's
But
kinda like,
Maddie knows when you play this game, you're gonna run into some bad beats here and there.
So we got cards out.
We got cards.
Harlan makes it 100 to go. Under the gun +2, ace 8.
Scoops it.
It's gonna get through.
T. Burke says, should be blood all over the table at some point. We're praying. We're praying to the poker gods. Give us blood! Mike Possible's not here. Normally he's, you know, sacrificing a goat in the parking lot to get that straight flush. We do a 1025 once a month, so always tune in to the first Wednesday of the month. It's the best time of the month, right?
It really is good, yeah. Click the heart button, give us a follow, we'll let you know when we're going it.
Love us like we love you. Love us. No?
A little bit of love.
Show us some love. Jake won't cry as much if you show
For
us
those of you
love.
catching on stream for the first time, chip denominations, the red chips are $5 chips, the greens are $25, the white chips you'll see in play, those are $100 chips. The blues don't play, but they are used for tipping, and those are $1 chips.
Tom looks like he's putting in a raise to 150 in the cutoff. And
It's a big open.
it is a big open, but I don't mind big opens. Tom, so Mike elects to call. Sorry, Mike. Yeah, Mike elects to call. Mike's under the gun. Tom with a quick continuation bet wins the pot.
And Mike, you know, he loses money at Queen Jack, as they call it, the Hawaiian vacation. But you know, Mike being from the dark side, he's gonna be used to losing money. He's on the gamble side. I'm not gonna like not give the guy hell for playing like chance games.
But chance games, you have to be superstitious and you have to hit your run goods. When you hit a
Mike's
run good,
probably got that like my favorite hand kind of thing, like.
but not only that, you have a routine.
Yeah,
You have
9-7 offsuit. It's my favorite hand because it's one time I like, you know. So I just play bad from here on out because this one time I got lucky.
Like when you start playing Pai Gow or Blackjack, once you hit a hot streak, you gotta barrel your hot streak and then pull back when it starts getting cold. Like there's certain things that the dark side does that are full of superstitions that we don't do. All right, I guess this is a 10-25 with 3 to a flop. So let's go.
Ace Queen 10. Matt's in the pot with ace 3 of spades. He flops the best of it. Mike's also got spades. He flops an inside straight draw of backdoor worst spades.
Checked
Peter
around.
bricks. Now Peter actually picks up a club draw here to go on the turn. Matt makes 2 pair. Mike's still drawing to his inside straight. He's cutting out chips.
I've seen Peter fold flush draws on the turn to bets that are too big. So it depends on how much is in the pot compared to the bet size.
Matt puts out a little bet, and did Peter raise him with a turn flush draw?
No.
He did. Matt leads for 175 on the turn, and
Raises
Peter makes it 550.
550.
That's a big raise.
And he says, little boy, put you over my lap. No, he's not going to put him over his lap and spank him because that's too parent-like. But he was like,
wouldn't be surprised
eat it.
to see Matt fold here.
He says,
as sick as this is.
Eat it. Yeah, I mean, so there's 3 to a straight. There's a flush draw up there. What would Peter be doing this without a better 2-pair? He would do it with a better 2-pair or better.
It's really hard for Matt to really be good here. I mean, as strong as his hand might seem to be,
oh, and he calls.
Matt's gonna call with the intention of check folding most rivers, believe it or not. It's my feel from the way this hand's playing out. 9 comes off. Either Peter's already got the king jack.
But the 9 wouldn't change a straight.
It shouldn't change much. If Peter can find it in him to barrel here, I think it works.
Is this a check call kind of mode that Matt's put himself into?
I think Matt's check folding. If Peter can stuff it, checks back. Matt knows once he checks back, he should be good a huge percentage of the time. After Peter checks back the flop and raises the turn, he generally should be really, really strong there.
Yes, yes.
I mean, that's the same line that a lot of players are going to take with a hand like King Jack.
I think had Peter had the kahunas to continue on the river, Matt would have folded. Yes. Like a 1K bet on the river.
And for and some reason being there that Peter could exploit his image. Peter plays his reputation that he plays pretty close to the vest, and Peter would have stuck in after checking back and flop, betting, raising the turn. If he would have stuck in betting there on the river after Matt calls the raise out of position, that shows like a lot of strength.
So someone like Nat, let's talk about Nat for a second. I know he's not in our game tonight.
I don't fold.
I don't fold.
No.
And Nat would, in Peter's spot, probably put in a $1,200 bet and won. And that's how he's such a winning player in these types of spots.
I think Nat would have made it look even more value, and that like maybe like 800, 850-ish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect.
Either way, I think Matt was calling with the intention of hoping that it goes check check, in which case he'll be good with a fairly high frequency.
Ooh!
Or check folding if Peter puts in a bet after Matt calls.
Matt's putting in a raise to 75. I think Matt enjoys action. I think like there's nothing worse than just putting in a raise to 75 and getting everyone to fold. So we got a couple of limpers calling Matt $75 raise, and then Harlan 3 bets to 375 with an ace queen suited. Cornbread, good fold because had diamonds come, it would have been disastrous.
He'd been in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, although he's got the blockers to the nut flush, straight flush draw.
And Mike's in a call out of position with a pair of 5s.
Why not?
They're 4K deep, twos and set mining the 5s. I love it. Ace queen 5, ace queen 5, ace queen 5. Not exactly. Pretty wet board. Harlan can't love it.
10, 8, 9, sorry, 8, 9, 10. Sounds better that way. 2 hearts. Once Harlan gets checked to, he's typically going to be doing c-bet, especially in position. This is, I think, a little weird that he doesn't. Now he's good.
He turns
queen
the queen.
On the turn.
Well, that board 8, 9, 10 is actually better for Mike's range than it is for Harlan's. Harlan's 3-betting range, 8, 9, 10 is actually going to miss that. I mean, let's say specifically 8, 9, 10s. It hits jacks.
Don't you want to keep your c-bets balanced?
Yeah, I do. But I mean, if you're sitting that board, you're only repping over pairs.
So, why is there a $100 chip there? I saw a little see the $100 chip right there? I wonder why.
Mike put out a little defensive bet with 5s. Harlan calls with queens after hearts get there. The board, like I said, the way that the board fell down, and the 2 players had king jack in the hand. 2 players would have actually turned the nuts in that hand. Interesting. That board's actually, like I said, better for. I mean, it's not great for Mike's range. And Mike should have mostly pairs in his hand. You know, but I mean, if he were to like check raise there, he can rep 8s or 9s.
Don Do 111 says too scary of a board to see bet even with like aces or kings.
If you had aces or kings there on that board, you're probably going to be checking. You probably should be checking back.
In position.
Yeah. I mean,
see, obviously my c-betting range my C betting changes with the amount of people that are in the hand with me.
Heads up, it's not a
position.
bad idea to be C-betting, to be balanced, to be C-betting your entire range. So if you have aces and kings, if you're going to be C-bet bluffing ace, king, ace, queen there, then we want to be C-bet, value betting kings and aces.
And also you want to be 3-betting pre-flop occasionally with like an 8-9 suited. No?
In position. Harlan did it out of the blind.
Come on, Harlan, the blinds are in position for him.
We got a hand going on. Speaking of kings, Peter's got kings, Harlan's got king 9, and Mike's involved with a 6-3.
Yeah, Don Do 111 says, well, if you C-bet but you get popped sometimes,
exactly.
you have to fold. Yeah, well, exactly, yeah.
You could definitely exploit some range advantage there. And if you're Mike, you can check raise that board. It's a high risk play. But if your opponent's savvy enough to realize that board's better for you than it is for him, you can check raise there, and you can check raise there and make it and get him to fold.
Yeah, I agree. See,
suicide's game and I'm winning, and if I'm in that hand against a player that feels like really perceptive like Matt, I can probably check raise, but then again, he's probably checking back that board.
There's so many layers to this game.
It's a good board to donk bet.
It is a good board to donk bet if you're the player that.
If you have a hand.
I would donk bet because they would assume I'm donk betting with obviously two pair or better.
If I had queen jack suited there, like queen jack of clubs and flopped the house, or even like a set of eights, I'm probably donk leading there just because like that board's so coordinated. It's gonna get checked back most times.
Mike initially raised to 75 in the cutoff and got 2 callers. We got a flop, jack 6-8.
Eldar.
We could actually talk about one hand for 2 hours.
Right, we're like 3 or 4 hands have gone by now.
Ziberju, Colin Ziberju. Welcome to the chat. Love you very much. My brother from a different mother. He's Polish also.
I love the new split screen view that we're
it's sexy.
using.
It's sexy.
Cornbread, he's going to follow through with second pair bet 275. Mike, who picks up an open-ended straight draw.
Woo!
He's in a call-in position.
That looked like
did he raise?
Yeah, that was a raise.
Wait,
didn't you
Mike
see all those
makes it
pretty
700. 700 to go, and he gets Cornbread to lay down the best hand.
So if you're just joining in, those white chips are $100 chips. So that was a substantial raise.
Court Mike. Good little play there on the turn.
We have problems.
Yeah.
Like you, I have a feeling could write a Hemingway type novel about one hand. You can go
the
into
old man in the C-bet.
The layers upon layers upon layers.
Like process like the old man in the C-bet.
Oh yeah, no,
right,
that was great. And you said it in front of all of our audience.
I really wanted that.
Fantastic.
I wanted some acknowledgement, some feedback from you.
Beautiful.
Like,
it was beautiful.
Jake,
it's poetry.
Me and my shirt are laughing.
Jake, me and my Technotronic shirt are laughing. How's that?
Hand involved. Kings again. Zach ZM makes it 75 to go with 2 red kings.
I love Zach. Look at the way Zach looks at his opponents. I just love me some Zach. How do you not love? Look at him. He's like, I don't care. I don't care. I'm here to spew.
Mike makes it 200 to go with ace king. Tom wakes up with jacks.
And Zach's got kings. I hope Zach just like sticks some chips in here in a hard way.
I love Tom cold calling the 3-bet and the blind with jacks, but now we're gonna get into some trouble here.
Yeah.
As Zach is gonna put in a 4-bet.
His mustache came here to play. He's not messing around. I like me some Zach. The more he comes on our show, the more I enjoy watching him play. He has a lot of gamble in him because he's been drinking Stone's water, obviously.
Yes.
And I love it.
A tale of 2 cards.
Is this just a call? Okay.
750. Mike calls.
Now, Tom, you have to. There's gamble in your blood. You have to call. You have jacks. You can't fold jacks here. Oh,
I think you fold jacks. No, I think you fold jacks.
I can't. I have more gamble than you.
Against a 4-bet? No. You only have 61 implied. You fold jacks there.
Implied.
That's a good fold. 9-9 deuce. Excellent flop for Zach.
I'm not saying the jacks were a bad fold. I'm not saying they're a bad fold. I'm saying for a gambler, it's hard.
We know that Mike's not folding jacks in that spot. And it's a good fold by Tom. It would have cost him $5 to call. He only had 3K back. He's got 61 implied max. We don't want that when we're set mining. Which at that point, versus a 4-bet, we are set mining jacks.
Again, Zach would probably c-bet this if he had an ace-queen, ace-jack. He may have played the same way.
Jesus, Mike's got problems.
I like his problems. He's floating here. What if a turn, comes his way? 5 on the turn changes not anything, actually. No changes here.
So Zach can go 1 or 2 ways. Zach can continue to go for value, hoping that Mike's got 10s plus, or Zach can check here and hope that Mike's was floating, which he is, and we'll try to steal this pot away on the turn, thinking that Zach might have been 4-betting ace-king, ace-queen. Zach's hoping that Mike's got a value hand,
he's all
and he
in.
stuffs it, and that's over.
Yeah, he lost a little value with that stuff. Yeah, Don Duo 111, who's like our new sidekick, he's like giving 6, 7, 8 a run for his money. He said a check there would be sick. DO7, what's up? Forget implied math, call.
So
you got that gamble, baby.
Here's where I really like checking there, and for the simple reason is that
you want to keep all of his bluffs in his range.
You keep the bluffs in. For the same reason, once Zach goes 4-bet, bet. Mike, for Mike to call a 3-bet and then call a 4-bet and then call a flop on 9-9 deuce, he should have mostly pairs there. So Zach, in rationality,
you want to keep those pairs in.
Well, you can get value from those pairs sometimes. Zach's betting, Zach's got a bigger pair. So if you check there, you can maybe get those pairs and 10s, jacks are probably going to check back, but they're also probably then more likely to call a river bet.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with letting the best hand hold sometimes.
Aces aren't going to go anywhere anyway. If you stick it, aces are calling.
Let's say you have 10s or jacks there, and someone 4-bet, you call, bet 9-9 deuce, you call, and then they bet the turn again. How often are they firing that hard with just ace-king, ace-queen?
Yeah.
I think it's slim. I think most ace-king, ace-queen, so most players out of position
anyone
shut
but
down.
Nat, yes.
Yeah. If you're in position, it's different. But...
And we have hands going on, and we're going to go on about this hand for an hour.
That's what we do here.
And that's the thing he needed to think about. If it was queens or jacks, you want to keep those hands in. Checking back would have ensured
that you get called in the river.
Yeah, but aces aren't going to go anywhere. If you stick it, aces are still going to call.
But he never has aces. I think Mike being a dark side player would have just got all giddy and 5-bet shove.
You think so?
Oh, he's a dark side player. They don't think.
Yeah, I guess dark
side.
They
don't think.
Yeah, thinking's bad sometimes for your game. Na zdrowie!
Nova Scotia.
It's coffee.
Dark side players. It's like watching Earl Mencken play like video poker slots. It's just like there's no rationale.
Andrew Barber was barreling blackjack. I saw. Does he have a strategy?
I caught him. He's got a system. He says.
They all do. Alan Kessler, within like 2 minutes of talking to him, he's like, "Yeah, I have a system. You want me to teach you video poker?" I'm like, "No, I don't want to barrel $5,000 tonight."
Yeah. The key is you play penny slots and complain about structures on Twitter. That's the system. That's Kessler's system for video poker. Penny slots and bitch about structures. King, king, queen. That's a lot of kings for Zach.
This is a limp pot.
In this hand for. It was checked his option in the big blind.
Peter's got a backdoor flush draw. Maybe he'll feel like sticking around.
Chips on 11, please.
X87 says he scores every night. Wink. Oh wait, what happened? How did a 1K pot develop in his hand? Someone else type something quick. I feel awkward. Welcome to my Saturday nights. Our chat's like really calm tonight. Jimmy Bluffett's not saying much. T. Burke's kind of quiet. T. Burke's usually in my chili about everything. Where's Plastica when you meet her?
Probably spending some lawsuit somewhere.
Yeah.
Because she's a wizard like that.
Matt Horseclaw isn't wearing purple. or a Sacramento Kings hat. So I'm a little disappointed. Limped around.
Is it really him?
Yeah, it's not him. It's his evil twin. To a flop. Jack, Queen 6 on the flop. 2 clubs, or as Val calls them, puppy feet.
Navy hits his queen, Tom hits his 6. It checks through, 10 comes off on the turn, gives Mike an inside straight draw to Broadway, as well as Peter.
Vocal Terror, what's up? Welcome to the chat. Limp pots kind of don't excite me unless they spaz. You know, like spazzing with one pair on a limp pot. Oh, I love watching it. No?
I like, yeah, you gotta get the right character or the right customers who want just barrel one pair hard for protection.
Yeah.
Like Chris Moneymaker.
Overplaying
like
your hands. Chris Moneymaker, yeah.
I got one pair.
I watched him barrel one pair on PLO.
Yeah.
I gave him way more credit than he should have gotten.
Well, he thought he was value betting, but he's a simple person. So
what can you do when you're simple?
No, it was a great series. The Stones Classic. I had a lot of fun with Chris in the booth. He's a really good guy.
We guaranteed 250,000, and we made like over 300,000 in guarantees.
Yeah, something like that. It was ridiculous. It was
crazy.
A great series.
Fun too. By the way, I was with Lon McCarron in the booth, and it was fantastic.
The voice of
it was better than you. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say it. I love me some Lon. Lon's used to be my side chick, and now he's my main squeeze.
Wow.
You're my side chick. You just laughed because it's so painful. You don't know what to do.
Just act normal, act normal, act normal.
I know that I'm your side chick and Val's the one you love. I know that. It's okay. I love Val.
I'm open about that. Like she's.
I love Val too.
She's my Val.
She's hard not to love.
Yeah. I mean, even you like get in with a chick and talk about like 4-bet bluff ranges. I mean,
yeah.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Ooh, I want to sex you up, right? I didn't sing it. I said it.
Yeah, it's different. It's not harassment if it's in the song. You got a limp pot here. What's up with that?
Zach's reaching for chips on the button with ace queen suited. Suited.
Navy's gonna wake up with jacks here.
If you're playing the drinking game, I just said suited. We can start the drinking game right now.
He's just gonna call. Mike's just gonna call the ace queen out of the big blind too. Harlan, who had limped along ace queen or queen 10, I'm sorry. And 6-4 Dewey misses everyone. Navy's way out in front with 81% equity with his jacks. It checks through.
How comfortable are you ever with jacks?
You know what? It's the fishiest thing in the world. That like I don't know how to play. Like I'll take jacks all day, every day. Like
everyone's so uncomfortable with jacks, though, unfortunately. So Navy's putting out a bet. It was checked around on the flop. It looks like everyone's got some sort of ace.
Eldar grinding for us.
Eldar, we appreciate it. I told you, I'll buy you dinner and drinks when you come to Sacramento.
How have we not had some bear Jew on the stream?
He's driven past, and then he takes a picture of Stones or the highway sign right next to Stones and texts it to me. I'm like, thanks. Are you playing it was the last 10-25 game, actually, a month ago exactly. He drove by and broke my heart. I cried in the fetal position all night, Eldar, sucking my thumb because you weren't in our game. And that was when JC Tran was in the game. That game was crazy. That was a mandatory $50 straddle with a double live
with an
straddle
optional
of 100.
That game was so good. They ran that game off the stream just like a few days, like the next following week, like on a random Tuesday night. They were barreling at 25, so 50, 100 in here.
It was, yeah, oh yeah.
What a mess. So Peter gonna step out of the box a little bit, make it 85 to go with Queen 7 of spades. Zach's gonna call 5-4 suited. And these fine gentlemen are gonna go heads up here. 10-4-3. And Peter's Queen 7 gets out flopped by Zach. Next pair of fours. 9 on the turn brings a spade draw. Peter now is gonna kind of delay c-bet here. If I'm Zach, I'm never folding here.
Zach has his I'm not folding look on his face.
Very much. Can you trust a man with a mustache?
About what? With what?
And there we
Whoa.
see Peter's reputation working for him.
And he's exploiting the table with his reputation. And we have a brand new customer. Bring us the money we like very much. Come sit down. We make you comfortable.
How does Zach fold a pair of
We
fours
buy
there?
you drink. In position.
But you know what? I mean, that's Zach. Zach will fold a pair of fours there, and then later take, queen high to the wall.
Yeah, and we've seen it.
And we've seen it.
It's honestly because of Peter. If it was another player.
It's opponent dependent, definitely. And I'm hesitant to get involved in big pots with Marshall Holdings versus Peter.
One thing I
it,
noticed,
right?
in this game compared to like a typical 1-3 game, everything is dependent on the player. You're changing your decisions based on who you're up against. Whereas in a 1-3 game, most players are making decisions based on their hand strength. That's what I noticed. So
I think that goes back.
there's more variables involved, I think, in this game.
I can agree with that.
Wow.
I don't know if I just had to kind of get over stomach saying that I agree with you, but
You'll get through it. Lon agreed with me a lot. 125. Navy raises with an ace-king in the cutoff.
Mike calls king. This is what I'm talking about, like dark side problems.
Yeah, I mean, problems are good. We like problems. 8, 9, 10 on the flop.
Once again, this is a better board from Mike's range than it is for Navy's range.
The thing is, when you think
Mike
about
called,
this,
Mike called on the button. Still better for his range.
when you talk like this, I think it can be in vain if the player you're up against isn't thinking in those levels. If the player you're up against isn't thinking about what your range is with your 3-betting range,
or just your flatting range in the board.
or your flatting range, or whatever, depending on the position that you're in, it might be in vain. You might be leveling yourself into making bad decisions, Jake.
I just think that even if he's not thinking about my range, I'm still thinking about his range.
Of course, but
And that's still it's gonna.
when you were talking about in that previous hand that this flop will be better for my calling range than it would be for his 3-betting range, he may just be thinking about his own hand.
I've got 2 shinies.
Exactly. So if you try to raise him and try to pick up the pot, he may stubbornly stick around because he can't see that maybe
the biggest card on the board's like a 10, and I got these aces.
Yeah. Well, the aces, yeah, but I got an ace-king. It looks good. I'm sticking around. You know what I mean? Like, it might be hard for you to get people off hands because you're.
Are you saying that I have a bad habit of projecting my thinking on other
Yes, there we go. We're getting there. We're getting there. I'm your psychiatrist. Let me write you a prescription for some Xanax.
Whee! Another hand involved. Peter makes 100 to go with ace queen. Gets through.
Eldar said, Jake, stop trying. She won't get it.
God.
Sometimes I don't get it.
Hell has frozen over, Ryan. Hell has frozen over.
Rick and Barca said Lon just agreed with me to keep the peace. Well, I mean, he's a smart man. Smart men know how to keep the peace.
If you guys ever see me come on the show and I have a black eye and I fell down some stairs.
I would never. I'd have to find some stairs for you to fall down. Hey Jake, can you meet me at the top of these stairs? Text you.
Okay.
Off the table is just a dumb Neanderthal. Okay, I'm just gonna go up the stairs.
Zach makes it 75 to go, ace 9 suited. Mike makes the call. Dark side problems galore. God, where do we get this guy?
I love him. Where has he been? Like, why hasn't he been in our game before? Undo one extra button, get him some shots of tequila, and let's play every hand.
Oh my God, he's probably just I had a buddy once, the drunker he got, it was
lower the shirt.
That was a total meter.
Yeah. Women do the same thing. I have girlfriends that are like, the drunker they get, the sluttier they look. I still look sexy when I'm 40.
Cornbread made it 475 to go with jacks. Takes down the pot. No, yeah, but it's sure, you show up at a joint and oh my God, it's there's 3 buttons hanging on for dear life, and there's already it was bad.
The shirt's all the way open, you know that he needs a ride home, he's gonna throw up your car.
The left nipple keeps sneaking out.
Yeah. Everything's wrong.
Wasn't right. Was not right.
She
But
gave us a pretty good coffee.
I've grown up since then, and I don't do that anymore.
Except for last night. I mean, I heard on Snapchat.
No, it was a thing. I'm mostly.
I don't want to hear about your games. Yeah.
I'm
We're
okay
good.
right now. I can make it.
Tank X87 said I would totes drink a hurricane. I don't even know what a hurricane is. Is that a drink?
Don't know what that is. That's like some. I love this. Okay, so Zach makes it 75 to go under the gun +1. Mike, more dark side problems. He 3 bets to 200 with Jack 10. Clicks back.
Wow, and both of them have hearts covered. Jack 8-8 on the flop.
Mike out flops him. Are we ever getting queens to fold here? I don't think so. You can get value from draws, but aside from that, that's it. If you think that Zach might check call 7s, 6s, I like c-betting.
Disjunctive
Other than that,
logisms.
I like checking back and inducing bluffs.
Every single Veronica and Friends is on the 3rd Wednesday of every single month. And I've got
I don't try to be balanced.
a super freaky lineup. Jake just said he doesn't try to be balanced. Everyone heard it.
So here's the thing about that. So like
What, Bri? What's up? Oh, wow, we're getting serious.
projecting, we talk about like projecting thinking on other players and this and the other like that. And there's spots that I found where like I'm trying to be balanced in certain spots. And
When the rest of the table isn't noticing?
I don't. Yeah, the table's like on their phones. Like I
No
just
one
don't need to be like.
notices.
And against, unfortunately, the majority of poker players as a whole, at the levels of stakes I encounter these players at, you can be grotesquely imbalanced
Sorry.
and get away with it.
So Mike raises to 75 with King 10. Peter just calls in the small blind with queens.
And Peter might check raise his flop.
I hope. We're hoping that Peter somehow puts in a little bit of aggression.
And we have a fellow Brill in the chat. SG Brill 737. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Fellow Brill, what is up? We own the same timeshare. We share the same timeshare.
Somehow we get all the way to
Brill
the
share.
river here. Peter now knows his queens are best.
SG Brill's actually my other husband.
So Mike's wearing a watch on his left wrist. What the hell is that on his right wrist?
Is it a bracelet?
Is it just like a little something you can like let the other fellas in the room know that he's available?
I saw a wedding band on, but it doesn't mean anything, you know?
No.
It's California. I don't know if you
We
guys
don't
are from other
judge.
states.
We don't judge.
We don't judge. It's California. You do what you want, when you want, how you want, and where you want.
Sure.
Did I cover all the bases? With how much leather you want.
Mike looks like the kind of guy who might might enjoy some leather, like a gag ball.
I was about to say a ball gag, but you said gag ball because you're a European. A gag ball.
Oh, gag ball gag, of course. Wow, do we just like offend?
We're
How
getting-
do we offend like?
We didn't, like, he lives in the dark side of gambling, but we just went to the dark side of the booth. That
Yeah,
we're gonna get
it was
into.
bad.
It wasn't Mina's time, JFK. We got some hands. Everybody's limping. How do you? I just don't understand. There's so
So Matt
many
makes it
limpers.
125 to go with
Okay,
eights.
okay. There we go.
Matt doesn't play limp pot poker.
SG Brill says that's my Chicago husband. Damn right. I have a husband in Chicago with lots of Polish people. 2 to a flop. Let's go.
Heads up now.
Whoa,
tell me, do you really
flops
want
a set.
flop?
Navy
Flop
just-
the deuces?
Navy just rips that flop. Deuce 5 jack on the flop. Checks to Matt. Matt checks. I like that
back.
check back by Matt. Matt's very observant.
Now. So the ace coming off. Navy might hope that hits Matt after Matt checks back the flop. I wouldn't expect to see Navy lead out. He doesn't. He goes check, check. Matt's got too much showdown value to bet. He's never getting better to fold. 9s is never folding. I don't think 6s, when the ace comes off, I don't think 6s ever calls. Now 6s get there. If you're Matt, I think Matt's just going to cold fold this. You're beating a whole lot of bluffs. You don't beat, you're beating 7s. 7s isn't betting. Matt's going to cold fold.
He's so.
I don't think he
so
would have
good.
got any value out of Matt, but I would have liked to see Navy lead out on the turn when the ace comes off. After Matt checks back the flop, that ace has a greater probability of hitting Matt and where you can get some value out of him. I mean, I think Matt would have just folded,
Yeah.
but I mean, not being results oriented. I think I would have liked to see Navy lead the turn.
He's so perceptive. He's so, there's so many levels to him in this game, and it's like he can.
That was pretty ABC.
He doesn't stop. Let me give him some credit. He doesn't just like perceive what he's thinking onto other players. He dives into their goes right through that thick skull and into their brain, and he can see what they're thinking. That's the levels that Matt has.
Or 8s are easy to play on that board.
Or 8s are easy to play. All right, Peter's putting in a raise with pocket 9. He's in the cutoff.
So a new player in C5, that's Tay. He's got ace queen suited now. He's in the call, 175 from Peter. Action on Navy. He lets go of it. Harlan tried to limp in the king 10 off. What's he doing? Tom a6. He doesn't like
folded.
it. And Harlan. You know, if you're gonna limp king 10, you shouldn't. In this game, you shouldn't be limping hands unless you intend to call a raise with them. That's just how I feel about life. Right?
Right.
Good story, man. Check. Nova Scotia.
Saskatchewan.
Peter now about 225 on the turn. Tay's got 2 overs here. If Tay were to raise here, it would put Peter in quite a predicament. He wouldn't be repping much. He would only be repping 10s really, or a 10, or I'm sorry, maybe pocket 8s. He decides otherwise.
So I was watching another poker show last night, and apparently implied odds are dead. And I'm like, you haven't played in Sacramento. You haven't watched somebody overplay top pair ever. Like in the last 4 or 5 years, whenever you watch, like you can in a 1-3 game get implied odds like you read about.
So, players, one of the things I talked about a lot where like players oftentimes misinterpret their implied odds. Anytime anyone's got like
they won't have enough chips, number one, and they need to get their opponent to barrel off their stack essentially.
Yeah, and that's where players misinterpret their implied odds. So players have a bad habit of like anytime they have like a medium to small pocket pair, and they look at how many chips that someone's got, they think, okay, well if I hit a set, I'll get all of it.
Yeah.
And you still need your opponent to have a hand strong enough
to be able to pay
to barrel off.
Yeah.
And to be willing to barrel off. I mean, there's a lot of players, that just don't barrel off, that are good enough to not barrel off with an overpair.
Yeah, because board textures and
because reasons.
Yeah. No, I get that, but I still think...
I was going to say, commercially on the other side, we do find some pretty good games where you'll find some customers that are happy to
barrel off their entire stack with top pair.
Or a second pair and a really good kicker.
Yes. Because they're not looking at it. They're here to have fun. They're not doing this for life-changing money. They're here to have fun on a Saturday
There's definitely some
night.
entertainment value that they're paying for. Tay, ace-5 suited, he's making 75 to go. Should get through. No one else really has a very playable hand.
I love that you can be a professional gambler in the United States. You know, in Canada, you can't register as a profession gambling. So you can't offset your buy-ins to tournaments, but all of your winnings are tax-free.
What?
Yeah. I mean, if you win the lottery in Canada, you don't pay taxes on it.
You just have to live in Canada as a punishment.
As a punishment. And the lottery winnings are nowhere near what they are here because the government pretty much takes
Here's
a
your
portion of it.
$1,400, eh?
Yeah. The government pretty much takes most of it before you win. It's like 9 million, 6 million, but it's clear.
Chump change.
Yeah, but then you got to live in Canada and shovel your sidewalk.
That's the thing. Like living in Canada is a real problem.
Yeah, I don't want to go back.
Jack 8-6 2 hearts. Mike flops top pair. Zach got a pair of 9s. He c-bets 125. Mike makes a call.
I'll go back to barrel. Like a 1-3 game is really like a 50-cent, $1.50 game. You know, because the exchange.
Yeah.
Get it? You got there. It took you a little while. I saw you got there.
So Mike makes it 350 to go here. In position. Zach, he thinks that Mike might be doing this with a draw. And then hits disco on the turn.
Love it.
If Mike is drawing, he's definitely going to be betting here, as it is. He's just got a pair of jacks. I'd like to see Mike check back here after Zach was willing to call the raise out of position. As it is, Mike hates money, as we know, because he plays to the dark side, so he's going to go ahead and put in some bad chips in the pot. And Zach's probably going to check raise here. There's 2 flush draws, a straight draw, a lot of hands he can get value from. 1,300 in the pot. Mike has bet 460. How much does Mike have back? It says Mike's got 3,300 back. I would definitely be looking to make it like 1,300 here. Something I can set up where I can jam river.
You want to keep the draws in though, no?
I think Mike's from the dark side. Mike's gonna gamble. You can lay Mike the worst of it, and Mike's gonna take it. Wow.
Except that he's not. Except that he's not.
And that's what I get for, doubting a man.
Jimmy Bluffett says bingo bango.
God.
There's like 10% of Jake left alive, and you just killed most of that.
Renee in Portugal, welcome to the chat, and congratulations on your 3rd place finish in the main. It was excellent playing with you. So Renee in Portugal, who's one of our regulars in the chat, I played with him day 2 of the main, and I had no idea who it was. Like I was playing, he was like, hey,
was he more handsome than he looks online?
Even, yeah, way more handsome than his name appears in the chat. And, no, he was a very stoic character. He was like so into the tournament, into the game. I guess I should have been. That he didn't have time, to stop. Hey, it's me. Hi, how's it going? Nice to meet you. Nothing like that. It wasn't until I show up for the final table and he we're playing. Like, no, I'm Renee in Portugal. From the stream. I watch the show all the time.
Cool.
Yeah.
What seat was he in?
He finished 3rd. He was in the kind of like tracksuit, jumpsuit, or like the top.
Who was making fun of that tracksuit?
I don't know.
Someone was making fun of it.
Chris Moneymaker.
Maybe.
But that's only because he can't fit in tracksuits.
Yeah,
so,
he can't fit in anything.
No.
Except for Moo.
I love that he can't defend himself. Ace King versus Ace Queen here in a 3-bet pot. 2-3-5 shot opportunities. Both players draw. Oh, and Zach, wow, buries the queen. Top pair, top kicker, inside straight draw for Zach. Mike, drawn to a chop. You can catch a king.
Sky Cry, what's up? Welcome to the chat. Go ahead.
So here's something interesting there. Zach bet 230 and Mike snap calls. Almost beat him into the pot with a call.
Zach's gonna be worried. What is he calling with? But then his reputation, Mike's reputation. Do you notice? Mike has like maybe a little tell. Starts smiling when he doesn't really have anything. You notice that? He had a little smirk.
Act confident, act confident, act confident. Well, you see, when you're playing table games, it doesn't matter.
That's true, right? Yeah. You just need to ride the lucky dragon all the way.
That's the thing over there. Like, players will come over here, like players that play both sides. Like, I hit a dragon. And I'm like,
you know who taught me how to play Pai Gow, right?
Be nice to animals. And I hit a dragon. And,
you know who taught me how to play Pai Gow?
Chris Moneymaker.
Mike Postle, ladies and gentlemen, NEF Player of the Year. Mike Postle took me to the dark side. We each grabbed, I think, $200. And guess what? It's stones. Stones.
And now
we got new wallpaper. We got new wallpaper at Stones.
Sly Cry, welcome to the chat.
Call you what I want, because I do.
Jesus. And you still won't learn your lesson.
Navy raises to 125.
Still got this whole, the sun's gonna burn out, we're all gonna die.
I'm a long-term nihilist.
Yeah, I mean,
It's true. You still haven't watched Cosmos. That's your problem. You still can't see past the first million years.
I can.
I want you to like see billions of years ahead, not 1 million.
I can
That's why I
appreciate
want
a
you
show
to be-
that has like for its acting, even if it lacks a plot.
There's no acting.
My point being is characters matter.
You have problems. It's not Neil deGrasse, it's you. You've got the problem. He doesn't like Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I don't dislike him.
How do you not like him? He's just
I just want him to stop
amazing.
talking. Can we
That
get-
show is amazing.
get
You
Morgan-
won't watch. You're a life
Just
fish.
get Morgan Freeman to do it instead.
You're a
I would
life
love
fish.
it.
He's not a physicist. We want to watch a physicist. You're a life fish.
He's not a physicist either. He just says he is.
Are you effing retarded? He has a PhD in astrophysics. Are you kidding me? You're mental. I'm gonna start calling you RB.
So we got a 3-bet
Mental.
here. Cornbread. I'm sorry, Navy made it at 75 to go under the gun. Cornbread calls, as does Mike, and Zach, out of the big blind, puts in a 3-bet to 375. I would expect Zach to be very strong here. Navy doesn't seem like he's got way out of line at all, and for him to raise under the gun, and after over a couple callers to have Zach to be willing to 3-bet him,
Solid Jack says he heard Neil deGrasse. He's not a good person. Mike
and Mike
flops the
flats
world.
King 10. And now you talk about a tell, he's smiling now.
Yeah,
Is it,
maybe he's just a chronic smiler. The pot's 910. He puts out a $425 bet. Now it's 1.3.
And Zach's found himself out of position against a maniacal gambler who's wearing something on his right wrist that we don't know what it is. He smiles when he has it, he
I
smiles
think
when he doesn't.
One button just got undone, like
Yeah.
in between these last few hands. Look at him. He's like, I don't care about this. I'm looking at the
Oh
game.
God, Zach's gonna check raise.
And we love Zach
Zach's
for doing
repping
this kind
aces.
of. Oh! We've watched Zach do this before too.
Wow.
Oh, love
And
me
you know what?
some
If
Zach.
I'm like Zach here, I'm looking over Mike, and Mike looks guilty. Like Mike looks like he got away with something. I mean, he got away with calling King 10 in a 3-bet pot.
He's OJ in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, if I was like Zach, I'd be like I'd be looking at Mike's reaction and being like, "Damn it, I just got bluffed." Like, he looks guilty. He looks like
Yeah.
I mean, he's smiling because he is guilty because he called King 10 and flopped the world.
Yeah, it's beautiful. How much do you want a guy like that at your game? You want him there.
I ought to stop talking so much junk and just like so that he
Like,
he'll
please come to my home game.
come hither,
Drama.
drama.
I bet you that man would love some drama. It takes a certain blood type, and when I say blood type, I mean gamble, you know, to play drama.
Yeah.
And love it, and not like agonize over it.
Yeah, Neil deGrasse Tyson, he couldn't play some drama.
Why do you hate him so much? I love him. I love
don't.
him. Next, you're gonna be like, Richard Dawkins sucks.
Stop.
Tom races to 75 in the cutoff. Tay calls. Got a little C bet, and there's a fold. Ryan 000714 says that the wrist thing looks like a Fitbit, but it's really an RFID catcher. Beep 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 beep. He's like beeping when he's winning.
OJ, too soon. Too soon.
Why? OJ's not dead. If he was dead, then is it too late?
He died like a week ago.
OJ?
Yes.
OJ died?
No.
Yeah, I hate you. I hate you. Why do you do that with straight faces?
That's how I 3-bet bluff.
What do you say to your children as a joke? Like, Daddy's got cancer and he's gonna die. Just
And
kidding!
then I wait a week and I'm like, just kidding, guys. Still
Here's some
here.
chocolate.
No.
You're the worst.
Tom makes it 75 to go. Jack 10 suited. Peter calls. King Jack suited. Tay, he's in the pot as well. Ace Queen.
Jimmy bluffed it.
And these. No, okay. Tay puts in a 3-bet on the button. Here we go. Makes it 275 to go. Ace Queen. Tom calls. Worst spades.
Oh,
And
this
here's
could be a
some spades.
disaster. Tom's a little bit passive collie. You notice that? Is collie a word?
He's a little collie.
Yeah, he's a little collie.
Not like a doll, like a speed station.
Yeah, and not colicky like a baby, but collie.
10 comes off. Tom now takes a lead. If I'm Tay here, he checks back. 9 comes off.
We were all hoping for a spade, were we not? We
Yeah.
like blood.
Wow.
Tay says, oh, you are so lucky that spade didn't come. You are so lucky, Tom. I'm gonna get you next time. And his shoulder's hurting, his left shoulder.
Why is every poker player's...
You do that all the time, every time you're on the live stream.
Do I go left or right? I go right. What do I do? Go left?
You're always covering your right. No, your right. There you go. You're always sitting like that because you're betting with your right hand.
That's true.
Super annoying. Stay safe, guys. Those right shoulders, they're in bad shape.
You gotta, it's like, you know, the betting arm, it's like, you gotta keep it loose.
They all keep saying bingo bango.
They're trying to kill me, goddamn. Bingo, 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 bango, zip flopperooski.
You just eventually start to live with it. Like, it's just like a bad marriage. You just, like, deal with it. So, you know, you can't get out, you know? One of those things.
Because the sex is good.
Because the sex is obviously good.
Yeah. Matt makes 75 to go under the gun with 5s. Gets calls from Tay and Mike. King, Jack, 10, 2 spades is a little wet. And Tay with nut spades and an inside straight draw, he's gonna barrel. Mike's open-ended, makes a call, and Matt, the original aggressor under the gun, checks out.
3 on the turn, changes nothing.
Brick City.
Mike checks. Tay still got that hurt shoulder. He's reaching for chips.
Mike lets it go.
Ghost of M said that you had him convinced that OJ died. Had me convinced too.
OJ died.
I hate you. OJ's in a Vegas jail. Taking it like a man. No, he's giving it. I'm Lyman's son says he likes me better with blonde hair. You know what? Eat it. Eat the blonde hair. This is pink. It is what it is. Bingo bango. He almost choked on his iced tea. We're gonna start a trend. Everyone's gonna be like, rest in peace, OJ, on Twitter. OJ resting in heaven. There's gonna be cartoons made.
Yeah.
Let's see some big setup hands. Jay says, Anna says, Veronica said eat it. I'm tweeting stones. It's never ending. Everyone's been messaging me. Don't say that. I'm tweeting stones.
Mike's got a real hand, takes down the pot. I'm telling.
Said Veronica's much more approachable with blonde hair. Way too intimidating with that peach pink Fisca fiasco. What the hell is that? Sky cry.
Sly cry.
Whatever. Same
The
crap.
L is pronounceable.
Cry.
Sly cry.
Sky cry. Oh no, Sly. Whatever. I do what I want. I call you guys what I want. What I want. Anyway, I want to see some madness. I feel like it's coming, you know? You know the due theory? We're due?
Yeah, no, it's total science.
It's science.
It's
We're actually a science channel. I don't know if anyone noticed that.
yeah. We were gonna get Neil deGrasse in there.
You're horrible. Jack 9-10. Beautiful flop.
Shot
for
opportunities.
for some medium range hands. 7 on the turn. Ryan 000714. I do have a blue hair wig. We can make that happen.
Straight on the board. And Mike gets Harlan to lay it down.
Vocal Terror says, get it right. Her hair color is bingo bango.
What did I do to like?
What do you do to deserve
What did
this? Pet Shop Boys have a song, right? What did I do? What did I do to deserve this?
I don't know.
You're horrible. The 80s were the best. 80s for the ladies.
So bad, so bad. Like, I mean, like, thank God for Seattle. Like shut that down, you know?
The 80s
We
were
all
great.
put on like flannel shirts, made some real music for a couple
You
years.
weren't even in Seattle.
No,
you weren't
no,
even
no,
in
no,
Seattle.
no,
You
no,
were in
no.
Northern California, like on the outskirts.
That's like the same
looking
thing.
in from the fence.
Licking the window.
Licking
right?
the window.
Like but
You're
everyone
a
else
window
liked the
licker.
window too.
Admitted window licker. ZM, a little bit of Zach from Sac, raises to 75 with a suited 10-9. Harlan 3 bets to 285. Harlan was asleep apparently for 6 hands and woke up from his nap and put in a little 3 bet. Mike. So action is on Zach, and Mike, when he sees the money, has that disease. He's stricken. He must call. It hurts him to not. Queen 4-6 to a flop, 2 hearts. Mike's flopped the flush draw. Second nut. Can't hate it. Harlan flops a queen.
There's almost $900 in the pot. I love how I'm just like smiling through like all of this. Stuffs it.
I love it.
Call.
Harlan, you have to call. Yeah.
Harlan
he
calls. Once or twice. Pair of queens good.
And on Stones Live, you can run it up to 3 times. You can also pay to
So interesting, like so when
see the turn and river.
when
What's the word? Give me the word. I'm missing the word from my brain.
run it multiple times.
No, you pay to rabbit hunt.
rabbit hunt.
Rabbit hunt.
Yeah. You pay the rabbit, pay to rabbit. Bugs Bunny. What is it?
What is this?
That rabbit. No, so like Corporal Mike, like before we got into chat, like or before we got in the booth, I was talking to some people and like, oh yeah, like Corporal Mike's in the game, and I'm like, that's the guy that like does like the dancing, and they're like, yeah, like I don't know if you know, like Corporal Mike, he does ballet.
Wow, really?
Yeah, no, he wears like it's weird, like he'll be
probably
on
ripped.
he's on the dark side,
Yeah.
and it's not uncommon to see him over there like wearing like the tights and the shoes, even when he's here.
He wears them here?
Yeah, it's just part of his thing. That's like the thing on the wrist. He lets people know that hey, I'm out there,
Whatever, man. It's California.
right?
I think that's awesome that he does ballet.
Yeah. I mean,
Have you seen male ballerinas? Ripped to shreds.
I mean, I'm gonna say no, but don't check my internet history.
Yeah, I haven't. I can.
All right.
2 men, 1 cup. You've been watching that, haven't you?
Stop.
See, and you make a face because you know what it is.
Stop. Matt makes it 75 to go with a 4 Dewey. 6 on a pot.
The new guy 91 says, Jake, how bad do you want in this game? And they're asking, where is Elkie? Elkie bailed.
Elkie,
How bad do you want in this game?
on a scale of 1 to 10, Elkie. No, but everyone's coming back in from recovering from like W Coop.
Look.
I mean, people had like stuff to do.
Linda, listen, Linda. A guy like Mike sits down and he's coming to barrel. You want to get in this game. Harlan's in this game. Harlan was asleep for a few hands. Now he's awake. He's going to start barreling. Harlan races to 100 here with pocket 6. Cornbread calls. Cornbread hasn't been very active either. And Our new little Tay with pocket kings. I smell a 3-bet. Here we go.
Cornbread has the best seat at the table. He's got position on Matt, Harlan, and Mike, with Tom and Peter to his left.
Who is this Harlan? Did Harlan go to poker school and said, oh, I quit gambling? Like Harlan went to rehab for gambling and now he doesn't want to play a pocket pair for set mining? What? I can't be friends with him anymore. I can't, if you're not set mining, we can't be friends.
We already talked about like fly dogs and things.
Yeah, well, you know what? There's a thing called gambling. There's a thing called gambling, and if you don't have it, your chair
You're right.
is incorrect. Let me in here. All right.
Mike reloads. No, besides ballet, I mean, he,
Besides ballet, what else does he do that
No, I
we
was
would
like-
not think? Does he cure meat on his own and microbrew beer?
no, he's not that cool. No, he still does like art with like popsicle sticks.
Awesome.
Yeah. He's very proud of the fact that he like eats all the popsicle sticks first.
He looks like the kind of guy that would do art with like pop can, those like lid parts.
No, he still uses like the big crayons. When you have to put your whole hand around, very Neanderthalish.
Yeah. Well, evolution is not real because he is still a Neanderthal.
Evolution, like, people on the dark side don't evolve, so.
Yeah, you can't.
Zach makes it 3:25 to go.
Ace on the turn.
Mike calls the pair of eights. Ace comes off.
Please fold in the chat. Welcome. Nice to see you. He said, rest in peace, Mike.
I would let Mike bluff the hell out of this card. Zach can't get what he wants. Goes check, check.
I like it.
Now Mike's got to know that he's good. Here's the balance here. Does Mike have an 8 or does Mike have busted spades? If you think that Mike's got more busted spades, you check and let him bluff it.
Maybe he gets fooled on a pitch and
He checks back.
Or, you know, if he comes in twice,
I don't mind the way that Zach played the hand. If I'm in that same spot, even though I can see the cards, I'm probably checking and letting Mike have the little bit of rope he needs to hang himself.
Zach
Poker
is
Pro
so
Eric
even keel.
says that he's better at pool than he is at poker.
Who is?
So what, you just learned pool? I
Mike?
mean, Poker Pro Eric.
Oh, Eric's talking about himself?
Yeah.
Eric, get in the game and then we'll talk about you. Right now, I mean, it's just pointless to talk about Poker Pro Eric. So I asked Poker Pro Eric to drive me to Stones, and the only reason I asked Poker Pro Eric, he said no. But the only reason I asked him is because I only had Stones chips on me.
That's a thing.
Yeah, I mean, I have Stones currency, and I thought for sure he'd take it. Right? And he's like, I'm not driving you to Stones. I'm like, come on, I have Stones currency. That's all I had.
You wouldn't take it?
He wouldn't, well, he hates my guts.
Wow. 7-8-9. Harlan, pairing it open into straight draw, checks through. Jack comes off. Now Harlan leads. Matt, King, Queen. Board's no good for him. He's out.
Biff Stephenson, welcome to the chat. Nice to see you. Haven't seen you before. He said Biff in the house. Obviously, he just got out of the Back to the Future movie set.
Yeah.
Biff?
Biff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've been in the same spot where I've been like in the checkout line at a grocery store, and like I didn't have enough cash on me.
But you had Stones chips.
Yeah, but like I don't want to use like my debit card cause that's like my cash or whatever like that. So like, but I got like a pocket full of chips. And
Rack attack.
I don't know what's happening in the room. But like, and I'm like looking at like the cashier, like, does this guy barrel? if I pull out like $300.
If he barrels, he'll be like, I'll give you 60% on your dollar.
I know, it's the worst. It's the worst. So Tay makes a 75 to go out of the cutoff, the A6 off. Zach on the button. He's gonna put in a 3-bet to 275, and I love it. He's got position, he's got a great hand. Six in the pot.
Ryan 00714 said he'll give me a ride anytime. Our vans are parked next to each other under the bridge by the airport where we both live, in a van down by the river.
Bigger Ultra, what's up? Yeah, no, we are not on a delay. That was the entire room reacting to the Giants game.
Who are the Giants?
Not the Dodgers.
Thought you were gonna get mad at me, but
No.
I set it up and you slam dunked it. That was an awkward. That was awkward.
Because you went.
'Cause you went with the wrong hand.
We both went left hand. Because I was like this.
Ah, your shoulder
so,
hurts.
Like yeah. So
To a flop. Jack 99.
happy birthday, Zach. Joker LAD. Good day.
Good day, mate.
Zach very casually flakes in $125 in chips. And Tate's gonna make the call ace queen.
Joker LAD, tell me, do they have Outback steakhouses in Australia? I love the split screen. It's everything to me. Zach's reaching for chips.
250. 275.
Yeah, Tate can't continue.
The danger about having like chip currency on you is I used to like host like a couple home games, so like have like pretty I got
Your
the
drama
chip set.
hot home games?
And like to the kids around the house, like it's just one of daddy's little daddy's poker chips. So next thing you know, like the little fat nuggets turn around, you got like a little white chip in the house. Like no, come back. And he said like,
Oh, you actually had like a cash game going.
yeah, no, but I'll have chips with me frequently. Like no, I'll use the home
Oh,
chips.
you had a Stone's white chip
But I'll
with
have,
you.
I'll have like stone chips in the house as well.
And he's like flushed it down the
And
toilet.
the 1-year-old, yeah, he's just running around the house like trying to eat $100 chips,
You gotta go through his poop.
Yeah.
What's the weirdest thing you found in his poop?
I don't care if he eats some $1 chips, like I'm balling like that. But kids trying to put down 5s plus, and like that's where I become a parent. Like you got to interject yourself there, and like, hey, we don't eat 5s plus. You know this.
Yeah. And obviously we're both parents, because I was like, what's the weirdest thing you found in your kid's poop? And you were like, you just continued on about.
Didn't phase you. No. Yeah.
It didn't hurt you.
That's parent things.
So Peter raises to 75. Mike 3 bets, like we enjoy, to 200. Harlan
Where's Mike
with
been all my
pocket
life?
sixes. And Harlan, I'm telling you, and this is what happened on Veronica and Friends, Harlan doesn't know what to do when someone else is more aggressive than him at the table. He shut down when Athena was on Veronica and Friends.
He did. It got weird, didn't it?
King, Queen, 7, he got timid.
Check.
Queen on the turn. I think if everyone checks over to Mike, he should put in a little C-bet here. He does have an inside straight draw.
He's got second nut, no pair. I think Mike should check back.
Well, I'm saying if they check to him on the turn.
And I would still argue to check
You
back.
still, really?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
And that's how I lose money.
Peter takes advantage here. Bets 250. Mike is going to check back, flop, raise, turn.
Babyface ATL. He said he's going to get us all fired. He's going to tweet all of our bosses. We all know where the needle is actually facing, or who it's directed towards. Mike, beast mode. Behold, the chip stack of Mike. That was a little bit of beast mode there.
It's a lot of beast mode.
I liked it. How do you not like a man who barrels and does ballet?
So-
the double B combo,
Right?
right?
So that's a line. The check back, raise, turn is a line that I probably overused, but it never stopped not working. Did I say that right? Probably not. It never stopped working. And until I kind of like ran through some hands through like some professional friends that I have, and they're like, no, that's like superfish, this and the other like that. And so I stopped doing it, trying to balance my game. But I still see in common spots where I find like the check back raise the later street. I don't know. Maybe I might go back to it.
It depends on who your audience is. It depends on if you're playing against fish or an Andrew Barber type. It's, you know what I mean? Fishy things will work against fishy players.
To the contrary,
Or vice versa.
Yeah.
The metagame is deep with you, my young child.
I would check back basically the street against the competent players, because they're gonna be thinking about other stuff. Woo! Matt flops a lot of 10s. Kind of got the board on lockdown right now. Speaking of balance, he's gonna c-bet this thing anyway. And Tay is gonna float him on the 10 tray 7. 8 on the turn. Damn it. Good enough. We got a jack.
The game's gonna get fun now.
Straight draws, 2 flush draws. Maddie's now. I was expecting to put a sizable bet here. Anything that Tay would have called him with on the flop is probably gonna call him with on the turn. The 8-9 gets there. Did he stuff it? Holy hell! And Matt called. I think Matt calls but doesn't love it.
He said once or twice. I think they're running it twice.
10's full for Matt on the first one.
Did Tay say once because he thought he was ahead?
Wow!
Wow.
I'm surprised. So I haven't played with Tay that I can recall. Matt must have obviously more experience playing with Tay than I do. For Matt to snap the 10s there. The 8-9 very
folding.
The 8-9 very plainly got there.
Is it?
No, I'm not folding either. He just didn't have enough to fold. But and maybe that's when Matt's just okay, I can see how much you have and why him-haw about it. I know I'm calling here all day.
But I would want to run it twice, yeah. If I think the 8-9 got there, I'd want to run it twice.
Well, Matt asked once or twice, and I believe it was Tay that said once.
Well, once someone asks, you kind of feel like you're ahead. No? Because their hand might be a little weaker if they're asking. If their hand is strong, they might not want to run it twice.
Not necessarily.
Well, Tay might be one of those guys that doesn't run it twice ever.
It's possible. So Tay and Mike at the same table call themselves travel flight to California. Sly Cry, get in this game. Get in this game.
Babyface ATL, what's up? We got What Bride, Jimmy Bluffett, Eldar, still here. Normally doesn't stay that long. Please fold.
And the kid's cutting himself a profit. Matt holds clock.
Standard.
There it is. Cornbread.
Paying off his grandmother's house one day at a time. Chips, table 11.
Harlan makes it 400 to go with 4s.
Well, Tay raised it initially to 100. Harlan's 3-betting this. And nobody plays
Mike
looser.
calls with 9-7.
Nobody plays looser than someone stuck. Mike's stuck a little bit too, is he not?
Yes, he is.
And now Tay's stuck. Nothing better than a couple stuck players at the table.
Doors.
Lock
Jesus
the doors. Don't let
Christ.
anybody out. Let's play some poker.
Mike can have to challenge you guys with a dance battle after this.
It's bothered.
To make his money back.
Harlan. $800. Get Tay to lay down the best of it.
Wow.
And if Harlan can breathe a sigh of relief. 3-betting some 4s gets through.
Two-Face Man 69, what's up? Calgary, Alberta. Makes me miss a little bit of barreling in Edmonton and Calgary. Back in the day when I used to bet for protection.
Back when Chris Moneymaker could win a bracelet.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? I knew a little guy, but like I had a lot of fun.
He is one of those guys that you know you can dish it out and he can take it, and vice versa. He needled Val and I so badly, and then took all of our money, and then made fun of us after he made both of us broke.
And then I have now all of you guys' money because
You took it from him.
yes.
But it was fun. Nothing better than giving money to a World Series of Poker bracelet winner. And then I watched a documentary about him. You know, he left pretty much that year with no money. Like, he gave all of his World Series of Poker winnings away to
Bookies?
investors and
Bookies?
ex-wife.
Oh, I don't know. Did you really want to out him like that? Like, did he want?
No, it's not. He put it on the...
Oh, I didn't
What do you mean?
know.
I'm not outing him. It wasn't like personal secret.
Mike flops a nut spade draw. Harlan's got an ace with a pretty good kicker. Tom has an inside royal flush draw. We know he won't get there. Tom's got the king of spades. But we should see some chips going to the pot here.
Mike's got the king of spades.
That's what I said.
Yeah. 6 pairs the board.
Good card for Harlan.
What's the max rebuy on the table? I know you can rebuy.
max.
Yeah, I know you can rebuy short though, but
No max.
No max. It's a 10-25. You can straddle up to half your stack. Action's on Tom. He's thinking about this.
The board is paired.
The equity isn't as good as he thinks because
Wow.
that king was gone. Yeah. Skycry, you can.
Check.
I will call you Skycry. You can match the biggest stack at the table. You can buy in for 100,000 if you want. Whatever you want.
No, yeah, no max. You can, whatever you want to do. One of my favorite episodes when I used to watch like High Stakes Poker when it was a show was Brad Booth sat down. I think it was a 100-200 game, and Brad Booth sat down with $1 million
And made Ivy
and
full of
pushed-
kings.
Yes,
So I heard a backstory to that. You know Brad Booth's from Canada.
yes, I do. Yukon Brad,
Yeah,
and he owes people a lot of money.
a lot.
A lot.
So he had backers to get in that game
At
and-
the time,
at the time.
he was really
Yeah. Oh yeah, because Brad Booth's walking around with $1 million, right? No,
at the time. Brad Booth was crushing.
No, he had backers in that game, and
You know this from all your Canadian
from all
insiders.
like Canadian insiders,
Yeah.
and I guess the backers like.
The
Although
Southeast-
it's results oriented to say, okay, yeah, he got Ivy off that hand, but the backers were pissed at him, and basically pulled out of backing him anymore because he was reckless. That was a reckless move, going all in against Ivy there. Luckily, Ivy's good enough to fold.
Tom's got a lot of aces. And no one reps the hand the villain actually has better than Mike. Come on, Mike. Put your dancing shoes on.
I'm not a huge fan of Booth. Whatever.
Well, yeah, no, he ripped people off in poker, like no one is.
He was, as a woman, men treat me different, and you can tell which guys are like legitimately good guys and which guys are scummy, and he was scummy. So I'm not a big fan of his.
I don't know. Plastica.
We're wondering where you were. Brett Michael in the chat. Eldar's still here.
Two unto others. I might need another coffee.
Really? Are you that tired?
Yeah, I'm an
Got an
adult.
hour and a half.
I'm an adult. Adulting is hard.
Adult. Yeah, they already said that in the chat. Where have you been? Keep up with the chatters.
I don't know.
Zach looks like he's putting in a race to 75. I like it.
175.
175.
It's a lot of raise.
Peter sitting on Queen 10 on the button. I think Peter's hand there is on the button is either a raise or a fold.
Peter should always be opening the button there. Always be opening the button there. And once he limps the button there, Zach has an easy move. It's the free $50. I mean, it's an egregiously large raise, but Peter's never strong limping the button there.
Yeah.
And he's got to get by one player. As long as the big line doesn't wake up, you can just do that all day in like $50 at a time. Easy money.
DO7 said there needs to be an adulting training manual, right? You need it.
It's hard.
Yeah, it ain't easy.
It's hard. I need coffee. Coffee has got me through adulthood.
Not vodka.
Whiskey.
Wine.
Likewise.
See, I really like that we have our exploding fists because I noticed you and Chris Moneymaker fisted, but no explosion.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, my warm heart.
I fisted Chris Moneymaker, and then I exploded. And he didn't.
To a flop.
And that's what made it awkward.
King 9-3 Rainbow. JFK Stones, tonight it's not me. It's an off night. It's opposites night. Tonight it's Jake. Brett Michaels enjoying the chat.
Tay takes down the pot, inside straight draw.
Ryan 000714 says we need more mom juice. Bird is the word. It is Wednesday. It's Wine Wednesday here at Stones. Half price off all bottles of wine.
So when is Cornbread going to play a hand? I mean, I'm sorry, but
With that name?
I'm saying like you get it with a name like Cornbread, you let Mike, like Corporal Mike, show you up.
Let me just say
Shut you
something.
down.
If you're gonna come into any game with a nickname, not use your actual name, nickname automatically implies barreling.
So like,
If someone's like, oh, there's lightning, or there's mailman, you have to barrel. You gotta let that.
the exception to the rule, obviously, like
French fries?
Dan Harrington, you know, like Action Dan, you know,
It's opposite.
because he's like the world's like nittiest nit from Nitville. But I mean that's on purpose. It's like so you can try to like drive a reputation to get action on his hands when he obviously is only
You
plays
get a nickname for something awesome
a lot of deuces for Tay.
or something egregious. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm thinking the cornbread is egregious now. Babyface ATL says tight is right. No, not for me, baby. Speaking of, let's play some, let's barrel off of this. I'm wearing my Technotronic shirt, let's do it. My 80s for the ladies shirt. No? You're like, no, it's not an 80s shirt. In the parking lot, I'm like, do you like my 80s shirt? He's like, that's not 80s.
There's a grid. It looks
It's
like
a grid, it's nothing.
It's like
Like,
Minesweeper.
no!
It's Minesweeper.
It's an 80s shirt. Looks like an 80s cover of an album.
Nine of Spades comes off on the river. Tay's a lot of deuces still way out in front. 750 in the pot. Navy's gonna check it over to Tay. If I was Tay, I would bomb this river.
Yeah, 750 in the pot.
Rep busted clubs.
Put pressure.
Polarize
Yeah.
your range.
Yeah.
And make Navy go full hero and call off. With his current stack size, betting 600 into a $750 pot, I think looks, I mean, it's a good sized bet, but it looks a little value-y still relative to his chip stack. Wow, Navy's gonna call. Ayah.
Calling off with an ace. Wow.
I would have bombed.
Maybe he got max value there. Maybe bombing would have given him an insta-fold.
I don't know, I would have bombed.
Jimmy Bluffett says, I look like a nurse at a haunted house. I am a nurse at a haunted house. Give him a good price to hero, Babyface ATL says. Yes. I like the bomb because it looks super fluffy.
I like polarizing my river bets. I really do.
I like to polarize my value bets, make my bluffs a little value-y.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No idea.
I polarize all my river bets.
Zach has that I want to play face. Come on. 3 deuce. Got enough chips for some implied odds. Harlan's tightened up his game, and I need to have a talk with him because I'm not enjoying this. Who is this guy? Just calls.
OGC solely talks about polar
So Navy flops the nut flush, but look what Harlan flops. A straight.
with an inside straight flush draw. Oh god, can we get the nine of hearts off one time? I'm not rooting against it. I just want to
Well,
see
you know,
blood.
it might have actually been, it might be in the muck because we do count our muck pile here, and Harlan looks like he's drawing dead because Navy's already got the check mark. And how do you put someone, and so Harlan raises him on the flop here. 9 on the turn, doesn't change much. So now Harlan checks. It's a weird line because he.
Oh, and I love it.
raises on the
Look at
flop.
Navy looking back at his cards. Looks back at his cards as if he's checking for an 8.
Do you think this is a weird line? Harlan raises on the flop and then checks the turn? It's a weird line, right?
I've talked about it before. You never see the double check raise.
Just a call. Check. He check raises the flop, calls the turn, check calls.
And I think Harlan's going to check call river.
They're asking why is there a check mark? Because we count the muck pile.
And then 9 of hearts was already folded.
Yeah.
Shit, I wish I'd known that.
The downside for Harlan here, he's calling off for a chop. I like Navy's posturing on the turn. He calls, he sees it, and it's over.
Yeah, that's tough.
Navy on when the 9 comes off on the turn and he saw Navy look back and recheck his cards, it's like he's checking for an 8.
Yeah.
And Harlan is a very perceptive player, and I'm led to believe that little bit of posturing. I mean, mind you, Harlan flopped a straight, but a little bit of posturing on the turn from Navy, I think helps Harlan pay off river.
Yes.
I mean, we don't like calling for chops, but we're not going to necessarily let ourselves get pushed around either.
He could also have a pair with a backdoor with a flush draw. Pardon me. You know, ace of hearts with a group 7. I don't know.
Yeah, I can. Ace jack, ace of hearts.
Because he didn't show a lot of aggression. He didn't re-raise at all on any turn or any street. Because Harlan check raised the flop, then check calls the turn, and then check calls the.
Yeah, here's the thing about that. So all the one pair flush draws are after Harlan check raises flop.
Are probably going to check back the turn.
Yes, you know exactly where I was going with that. They're probably checking back turn, which makes it check call on the turn. Because now it looks like Navy's value betting. The thing about it is, that's where I go back to him checking his cards.
Yeah.
It looks, where normally it should take the line as it just played out, forget all the live reslide tells, looks very much like that Navy flop to flush, and it's just going value town all the way.
Our shortest stack is 2.2K here.
9s with the 9 of heart. It's just that's like one hand. That's like only one hand though. I think if it wasn't, I believe it was if it wasn't for that that little check where that little mannerism that Navy showed on the turn. I don't know if Harlan check calls off again.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
I think your problem, man, is
I think too much.
you got too much metagame in this, and then on a 1-3, no one's paying attention.
It should just be like
Everyone's just like, I got a pair.
Get out!
Oh my god! That's 10% of my bet.
Now, get that guy out of there and put Baumgartner back up.
So Tay makes it 75 to go, the ace-9 off. Navy's to make the call on the hijack suited ace. Harlan calls on the button, 9-7 suited.
Donkology 101, welcome.
Matt makes it 350 to go with queens. Action back on Navy. He's gonna fold. Harlan.
Not interested. Harlan is not interested. Yeah, this is the delay home run, they said.
Hater.
I gotta make some more money for my 1-3 game. I've got a really loosey-goosey gambler lineup. By the way, I allowed one person in the game that has been begging me for months. Because he said he would meet me at 4:30 for dinner and drinks with everyone else. He said he'll barrel wine with me. Guess who it is?
Veneral.
Cobra.
Really?
I said, Cobra, you're not allowed in the game. You're too
Too
good.
Yeah, you don't want
And I'm like, if you start barreling, if you come drink wine with me, meet me at 4:30 like everyone else.
You're gonna lubricate Cobra.
I'm gonna lubricate Cobra. I've said it. He knows it too. He knows what he's in for. He said, okay, I'll open up my range. That's what he told me.
I love it.
I'm getting Cobra out of his shell. Ace 4-6 on the flop.
I think you're gonna see, is that really happening? You're gonna see a guy like utilize nut blockers like it's PLO. Kind of like, he can never call here because I had the ace of spades.
One person.
No, I had the ace of spades.
Can you imagine if he turns into like the biggest fish after like barreling a couple of bottles of wine? One person that will never be allowed on my game is Matt Holtzbach. That's all. He's too much peering into the soul, like the center of my soul.
Matt's a great guy, and like Matt drinks like
great guy. Great guy.
Matt
that
loves
will take
beer.
all my money.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Matt make a mistake in this game? I think we could put together maybe a 30-second reel of all the hours that Matt's played on this game of a mistake that he's made. Probably not even 30 seconds.
I don't know. I talked about a few hands. I'm just saying.
Put him in a 1-3 game with a bunch of drunk people, he will destroy our lives. The rest of us need to win too.
I don't know, man.
Mike races to 75 with a 7-5 of hearts. Cornbread and Peter call.
Inside straight draw for Mike. Backdoor hearts. Cornbread. Backdoor diamonds.
No home, Jerome. Welcome to the game. Rum Cake's in the chat. Nice to see you.
Excellent.
I was actually hoping to see you, Rum Cake. I was gonna get some ball loving tonight.
The Scottish of all the balls.
I love it. I love how, you know, we're in a ring. I set you up. You barrel with the punches. Yeah.
Cornbread bets 300.
You know who we
Pretty high.
are? We're Jordan and Pippen in the 90s. All my references are to the 90s. My life is sad. It's like I didn't exist in the 2000s. I missed all of that. I don't know where I
There's
was.
worse things in life. Like, I mean, like you could like say like you missed the 2000s, and I think like people give you a pass. It's like okay,
As long
like
as I didn't miss the 80s.
this and that and the other, and like
This and that and the other, and
what do I do?
I'm playing all 80s songs in my haunted Halloween house. All 80s techno, dark techno. And scaring children. I give out large-sized chocolate bars.
Really?
I do. Only to the young kids. The teenagers get tiny ones. We're horrible. Because the teenagers text their friends, and then next thing you know, you have 100 teenagers at your door. Keep the chocolate bars small. The teenagers won't bombard you.
Peter's got kings.
And he's putting in a little 3-bet.
285 to go.
Cornbread was the original raiser to 75. Tom calls. Peter 3-bets to 285. And we got some action. Cornbread's getting a little sticky, calling, and
He's got position. Tom calls behind him.
Yeah, there's enough money in the pot. Why not? Flop is ace, queen, 8. Peter's got to hate that, especially with their, what are they calling with? Probably some sort of weak ace, at least, in their range.
And Cornbread is going to take the lead in the hand. I love it.
Oh, Peter's uncomfortable in his seat. Do you see him? He hates this.
It's not seat 6.
Peter's-
There's an ace. I don't have a salad.
Peter's been known to get a little sticky here and there. You've known.
Cornbread
Cornbread takes the spot.
with 9 high. I'm sorry, 10 high. Getting away with it.
Sam Zoros says, I want a name like Cornbread, WTF, right? Right? Cornhole, cornbread, cornholio, corn on the cob, corn muffin, all of it.
Veronica, send Susie over.
Susie?
Susie's the best.
It's so weird. We have a waitress named Veronica here, and every time someone calls Veronica, I get.
Anamas.
Two more?
Yes.
No, one more.
One more.
I don't need a
One
heart
more.
attack.
Anamas. That's French for more coffee.
Tom's picking up Ace King. He says, eat this, no limpage, raise to 75.
Yum yum. Tom just calls Ace King.
Stand in the parking lot with your iPad.
No, you lose sometimes.
No, okay, thank you. Tom 3-bets at 250 Ace King. There we go. Alright, I still love Tom. Okay. A little bit of me like died inside, like
I was letting
my
you
love
die.
for Tom like kind of went away, and then.
I was letting you die inside. I
So
think I'll grab
did you
it.
notice the other night in the 5-5 game, the one that Apostle had the straight flush on, there was a lot of people flatting Ace King in that game, and it was.
It hurts me inside. It hurts me in position flatting Ace King, or just flatting it in general. Let's just have a funner game.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Let's.
so like, you're under repping your hand. Ace high,
Even
like,
a good team.
I just-
Dude, I
I don't know.
Now,
I don't know. I don't either. Like I don't know.
even when the Cavs keep
We don't
But like, I
know.
talked about like spots where like I find myself in these games where I struggle. I don't struggle against players, but I struggle to narrow a player's range when they
have it-
when they limp strong and they flat strong.
Yeah, exactly. I don't mind it if like it's balanced.
I think they're losing money, but
Yeah, but there's something to be said about balancing your overcalling there. Maybe. Like you do it with a 7-3 and an Ace King. I'm trying something. Honey, I don't know, baby. What do you want me to do, huh? I like to raise. I would prefer in late position to raise with an Ace King equally with a 7-3 suited. I'm listening to Offspring from like my teenage years right now, and it's giving me like skateboarding and snowboarding feeling. Because I used to skateboard and snowboard back in the day. They used to call me Team Clairol because I like wore so much makeup and then I'd fall on my face in the snow and then all the makeup would drip.
Jesus.
A new Twitch chat bromance has happened. and
Yeah,
we don't know about
that's
it.
Eldar and Scott. They're like all over each other right now.
What? Rumcake and
Yeah.
Eldar are in love?
Absolutely.
I love when people are in love. Bring the love to Stones.
Susie, you want to say hi to the chat?
Come say hi.
No.
Susie, come here. This is Susie.
This is
Bring your head
Susie.
down. There we go.
Susie's single.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Like,
Oh, you're not?
just get that hair. No.
Since when?
like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, you're still single. Don't worry about that. She's young. She doesn't know a couple weeks. Come on.
All right, back to poker. Back to poker.
You're single till you're married.
10-10-8-8. Tay's got queens.
Parkland 215 wakes up and says, hi, Susie. Doesn't say anything in the chat the whole time. Bear cakes. There's the love, bear cakes. Checked around.
Somehow it gets through. Susie's gonna hate me now.
No, she'll love you more.
All right.
We act like we hate you, like, you know, like younger version Veronica. We would act like we hate you, and then secretly we're like, that was so awesome that
And
you
then
did
like,
that.
and then fall in the snow, let the makeup like run off,
Yeah,
and then be like, that
and then
was
like
amazing.
play the Cure in your mind while you get up, and it all the like mascara drips.
Harlan's up to 9K in this game.
He's normally up to 9K on Veronica and Friends, so ain't nothing.
Ain't nothing but a thing. 678, that is Corporal Mike in this game.
I feel like he hasn't been active for like 30 minutes. And Harlan has him on his right. Harlan's normally the loosey-goosey, playing anything kind of guy, and then you pick up, you know, someone on your right that's more aggressive than you or more playing every hand.
There's an awkward spot where people like beat you into pots. And like,
Yeah.
where you love having
It's a thing.
You love having position on an aggressive player, but at the same time, it sucks when someone's always beating you into the pot. When someone's out,
And you're the one normally doing it.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're beating you to the bluff.
There's like one Superman at a table. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. And Harlan, we saw it in the game with Athena.
Athena totally derailed Harlan.
Yeah.
He didn't know what to do. He was flabbergasted when Athena was like barreling and giving it back to him.
Athena merges all three streets.
Bluff merchant. Athena is
She's
one of
tough to
those.
play against.
She is very tough to play against because you can't put her on a range. She very much likes to play an opponent and not necessarily her hand. Like she will watch and see if you're weak, if you're checking back to her, she will pounce on you.
Yeah.
And then occasionally she hits and then destroys your stack. She took some long car money.
Who hasn't? That's a joke. I joke.
I haven't.
Speaking of long car, where the hell is that guy? He's still in Washington.
Oh, he's in Southern California reporting World Series of Poker. Oh, they still have episodes to do. He texts me every morning. Oh, long car. I was thinking Lon and Karen.
Jesus. Poker, back to poker. Tay makes a 75 to go, ace jack offsuit. Navy makes a call with a suited jack 5.
Cornbread doesn't look like a cornbread. I'm just going to say that.
Really?
Actions on Tay. Tay raises to 75.
Harlan on the button makes it 300 to go, ace king suited. And Mike, 5 deuce.
Gotta love him.
Jesus. Queen, queen, 4, 2 hearts. Harlan's got the nut flush draw. He checks back. 5 comes off. Hits Mike. Checks through. Heart on the river.
What happened to the Harlan we once knew and loved? And he gets paid off.
Flourish.
He gets paid off.
Barbarian Crab, welcome to the game. This is 1025, no limit hold'em for those of you just joining us. And Harlan is dragging chips.
Is this live?
Not yet, but
You know, I woke up this morning, prayed to the poker gods, was hoping Nat's been kind of sick. I was hoping Nat would be in this game. Prayed to the poker gods, hoping for a Nat miraculous recovery. I invited Nat to Veronica and Friends.
Jesus, did you really?
He said he's so sick, he still doesn't know if he can make Veronica and Friends.
Oh my God.
He wanted to play 1025. This is Nat who plays with like $50,000 against JC Tran. He's like, yeah, I'll play 1-3. You gotta love a player like that. He's playing for the love of the game. Any pot that he wins, regardless of the size, he's enjoying winning. Those are the best kind of players. So Zach from SAC raises to 75 with the King 10 and Matt calls on the button.
Matt's call turns a pair to go along with his open into straight draw. Now he's best.
Chips on 11.
678. What's up? 678's coming to my December ugly sweater show.
See, there's the guy for Veronica and Friends.
That's who's coming in December. Veronica and Friends ugly sweater show.
Zach bet to 275. Matt's gonna call the best hand. Check that. Matt's gonna raise here.
Stan XL, what's up? Welcome to the chat.
Zach, who turns spades. I don't expect him to fold here. These players are both very deep right now.
Deep. I did that for you.
If Zach re-raises here,
That would be.
it's gonna put Matt in an awfully weird spot.
What is he putting Matt on though with a re-raise? Sorry, with the raise. What is he putting Matt on?
I mean, so Matt can
A
have
strong jack.
Matt can have 4-7. Matt can have 5-3. Matt can be flatting sets there like 6s and 5s.
Matt's king of Value Town. He's the mayor. Is he gonna raise there with a set?
Yeah. After Zach's fired 2 streets
You
into him.
want a worse hand to be drawing out against you.
After Zach's fired 2 streets, he's expecting Zach to have some value hands there that can pay off sets and or 2 pair hands. I mean, it's hard for Matt to have 2 pair. I think he's mostly gonna have sets.
Yeah.
He can have. I mean, he can have 4-7.
No, that's true.
Matt.
Yeah. I mean,
have-
I would think set or a strong jack. But maybe with a strong jack,
I
he
don't
does
think
that.
Matt's flat raising ace jack there. I think Matt's flatting ace jack. Matt can have 4-7, but I think Matt's mostly. He can have 2 pairs, but I mean 5-3, 6-3, harder for him to have. 6-4, 5-4,
Yeah.
3-4. The hands that Matt actually did it, or I think are more likely. But he can also have sets there.
Yeah.
In which case he would probably flat and then raise a later street. With 2 flush draws on board and a straight draw, I don't think the turn's a bad place to raise.
Okay. I'll allow you to be right this time.
Because if you wait till the river to raise, you lose the draws. If the draw is brick, you lose,
Okay,
lose
yeah,
the value
that's
there.
true, that's true.
So that said, as it was, Zach did have spades.
And folded.
Yeah,
Weird.
a little surprised.
It's not the Zach we know and love.
On the other side of it, Zach might be perceptive enough to realize that Matt might have just like 6-4, 5-4, 3-4 there. And he figures, well, if he's drawing the spades, Matt's not strong enough to pay him off.
On the river, okay.
So on the other end, Zach might figure, okay, well, he's not that strong, even though he's probably betting right now. He's not that strong. But namely, I'm not profitable here drawing the spades because when I do get there, unless he does have a set, he's not going to pay me off. I'm only going to pay it off by sets. And there's more combos of 6-4, 5-4, 3-4 than there are of 6s and 5s.
So if that hand played out the same way for Zach, but it was against Mike, it would be a different story. Do you know what I mean? Like, he knows he's not going to pay it off if he hits his flush.
Mike's got more hands that'll pay off than Matt does.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. See, there's so many layers to the 10-25 game, so many more than other games.
And there's more layers when you get 2 players in the pot like Zach and Matt.
Yes.
Because Mike's just clicking buttons.
I feel like someone who used to like snowboard in the 90s chose the music for tonight.
You can't hear it because I'm wearing an earpiece.
Oh yeah. I forgot about the earpiece tonight. I don't have headphones. Oh, they're there.
They're there.
It's fine. I am enjoying the music. Are they even saying anything? Like, are they drinking wine and barreling? Or they look like they're not saying anything to each other.
No, it's not. It's home.
Yeah, so tune in. I know you're all waiting for it. 678 is going to be in my December Veronica and Friends Ugly Sweater Show. How great will that be?
I can't wait to get on the levels of overthinking that.
I'm going to literally sew a bottle of wine onto my ugly sweater shirt.
Mike makes it 100 to go, under the gun, queen 9 suited. That's a little bit ambitious. Peter flats ace queen suited, a little passive. Ace jack, and Peter hits the disco. Mike leads out. Back to our spades. Tay, who's in the hands of Tay called 5 deuce of clubs on the button. He flops a flush draw. The board is paired. Peter makes a call. I expect Tay to call. He does.
2 of
Deuce.
spades. This gives Mike now a flush draw.
Mike turns a flush draw. Tay turns a pair to go along with his club draw. And Peter's still got a lot of aces.
575.
6, 7, 8. Don't turn the levels up so high that you become the fish. That's been known to happen to a few people.
So I can clearly not choose the wine in front of me.
HSNO Control said I'm enjoying the stream. Cheers, casters. Cheers to you, my friend. Na zdrowie!
Nova Scotia.
Saskatchewan.
Bibbidi boppity. Bingo bango.
Don't make me choke.
Matt's gonna open up the pot under the gun +1. King jack offsuit.
So happy he's not limping this hand. It's just
Matt doesn't open
It gives
limp.
me pain when people limp in lay position with like a king jack. It gives me pain.
Tay flats 10s. Navy, small blind.
Put your hand on the reader, Navy. Let's see it.
Mike, 6-4 hearts. Says yes.
Gotta love the ambition in the 6-4 of hearts. There's enough money in the pot.
Suited.
9-7 deuce. Rainbow.
4 away, Matt's gonna elect to save the continuation bet.
Taste ahead here.
He bets 200 with his 10s, and this should be the end of the hand. Classic.
Man, they're playing good music tonight. Do 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 do. I don't miss me. I swear, if you're never at Stones, it's really good music.
They play good riffs here,
They
right?
play great music here. They have good food, barrels and barrels of wine, and then there's a lot of gambling
and
going
then
on.
people stack off.
And then people stack off. I mean, it's just there's just nothing better in life. You're still dancing.
It's got a little sway. Got the white guy shuffle going on.
I'll take it.
Thallow 22. No, not hard to get in the game at all. Just a message, Justin Caritis.
Get the Stones app actually and put your name
Name
on the
Absolutely.
list.
Available
You can see
iPhone, Android. Stack off. There you see Nightbot putting up the information in the chat. There's a phone number. There's an email. Get the Stones app, put your name on the board.
that's actually my home phone number, so go ahead and call me at 3 a.m. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Peter makes a 75 to go, ace-5 off.
Look,
Matt.
Mike doesn't even look at his cards. He just like on his phone calls. Gotta love him. 959. Peter hits a pair here.
So if Peter can ever get folds out of 6s plus, 6s, 7s, 8s, this is a good bet. Otherwise, or if he ever gets calls out of 2 overs, other than that, he's just staying balanced. It's all right.
This has probably been the least crazy of all of our 1025s. 1025s normally
There's been
are
some spots.
friggin' bananas. Barrels. Like you wouldn't think people could actually gamble
Lose
like
their mind at that level
Yeah,
in this market.
yeah. But
No,
they
there's
do.
that much more incentive. Like there's like $700, $800, $900, like $1,000 out there. I can't afford like not to win.
Yeah,
I'm all in.
yeah. Flush draw. Guaranteed to see 2 more cards.
Yeah. See 2 more cards, run it out 3 times, take 1/3 of the pot. Silly Ogre, welcome to the chat.
College is a scam, and college still is a scam. King on the turn.
Keep preaching, brother. I don't know, like, what to say to that. Yeah, king comes off. Cornbread's still good with a pair of jacks. Mike still giving money to the light side.
Costra Nostra, what's up? Nice to see you. I don't know what you're asking. What time your guy quit, V? What time do we quit the game? 1 more hour. Oh, the split cam is everything. It's everything. Mike. 200 to call. Puts in a raise. 3 bets to 850.
Yeah. So Cornbread.
Oh, this is called the I don't give a crap.
Here's what Cornbread turns his hand into a bluff. I feel like, and check raises the turn.
Whoa!
Never mind, he does it for value, calls a re-race from Mike. 7 comes off on the river, check, and Cornbread's good.
Oh, here's the problem. Mike didn't continue on the river. I think had he continued on the river, he wins that hand. No, you gotta complete your story. You can't end the story
Mike's really trying to like cut his losses. If he's like, okay, like if Cornbread's got a hand like King Queen, King 10,
yeah,
you can have King Jack for the nut, and just be like trapping Mike. He did check raise the turn, and then called a 4-bet, 3-bet from Mike.
Yeah.
So Mike's gotta figure the kid's not messing around. He's never doing that with just a jack, even though he's doing it with just a jack.
He's never doing it with a jack, but he's doing it with a jack.
And so Mike's here like, I'm just gonna cut my losses, and this kid's not folding. He could be trapping.
Now, from Cornbread's perspective, how profitable would that be?
So here's the crazy thing about that hand. I hated it on the surface. Like,
Most of the time,
why
it's not
are you check raising the jack there on King Jack 5? Like, Ace Jack is, I mean, it's not the nut, but it's the nut.
You're not gonna get better to fold.
And you're normally not getting calls from worse.
And it's
as it is, he got Mike to lose his mind because Mike hates money because he plays on the dark side. We already covered this.
Yeah.
And so he gets Mike.
You have to have friends that hate money.
It's
Those are best
strange
friends.
that he was able to get value there.
It was so freaking weird, right? That's what I'm saying. Like
normally I think
long
that's
term,
a check.
he's losing there. He's
Like-
losing money there.
Yeah.
Long term, it's a bad
You're turning
move.
your hand into a bluff, and if your opponent has bluffs there, you're losing his bluffs. Normally deuces
Unless
is
your
never,
opponent hates money and wants to spew.
or eats popsicles and ballet dances like Mike.
It's popsicle art.
Yeah.
It's different. It's more valuable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't belittle the art. Graphics need to catch up here a little bit. I don't know if 678 is needling me.
6, 7, 8.
I feel
6, 7, 8 is the nut.
678's needling me.
Very, very much so. Babyface ATL says if you do Corporal Mike because that's an easy call. I just don't like. Okay, I'm not hating the call once Mike 4-bets, but the check raise, I think you lose a lot of bluffs there, and I think most, even Mike, I think you lose the villain most of the time there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, can you really count on?
I don't think it's
this
like-
guy's not folding.
I think there was not a lot of value in that play. I think you're most of the time losing.
Or maybe
in a different universe.
I don't want to be.
parallel
I don't want to be
universe.
results oriented, but like the way it played out, it definitely seemed like Cornbread knew what he was doing.
Please don't.
To check raise.
Don't be results oriented because
I know, but like
It
to
feels
check
so
raise,
weird and
to call,
awkward.
To call with a jack there.
if I ever am results oriented, drill into me is probably the bad way of putting it, but you like hate me for it. You
know how I feel about results oriented analysis.
Yeah, it sucks.
It's the fish of all fishy.
It's a way most people make decisions.
And most people suck at most people are
Suck at most things.
most people are wrong on most things most times.
Yes.
Yeah. So
No, it is an absolutely egregious way to make decisions in life because
like-
then you continue making
but-
mistakes.
but you look at the pattern there. I mean, it's not like Cornbread like sweated. Oh my God, do I call her with a jack? He was like, okay, yep, got what I needed.
Yeah.
I mean, it would definitely seem that like Cornbread very much so knew that he was getting like going for value. He was value check raising second pair commentator.
We need to give this hand to Bart Hansen. I want to hear what his analysis of that will be. That was a
wonderful hand.
Yeah, that was.
A wonderful
There's-
disaster
this is it.
dumpster fire.
It's either like a 20 layered hand or 0 layers. And it was just like bumbling, fumbling. No?
If Mike doesn't have that thing on his right wrist, he doesn't lose that much money.
It's science. This is a science show. Neil deGrasse Tyson says so.
Ace 9 deuce 2 diamonds. Zach's got diamonds. Tay's got kings. Can't love that ace
It's science.
until the king of spades rolls off on the turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one loves it. And now Zach's leading out. Oh!
Blood.
We've been waiting for blood. Here it is. And look at Zach. Look at Zach. Nonchalant. Act normal, act normal, act normal. Raise. Is this just a call?
Yep. Hey, yeah. Zach.
Are you afraid of the flush there? With pocket kings?
What are you getting value from if you like?
Two pair hands.
Like only like there was no 3-bet, so you can't put on ace king. River was a 10. You can
weak
value
ace.
ace 10 king 10 if you're raising. The draw got there, so it's not like you can figure like okay he's gonna call light with like an ace or a king because the flush got there.
Yeah.
So if
I saw that.
you raise river, yeah, you might have noticed because like who was dragging the chips there. If you're Tay in that spot, I think raising's
It's horrible.
it's not great because the draw got there, and so it's hard to get paid off by light.
I guess
And it's hard to
the
put it on a
only
two-pair
thing
hand.
that's gonna call you, I have a 1-3 mentality where I try to draw value out of people overvaluing their
No,
weak hands.
you look at your shinies.
No,
you
no,
look
no,
at-
I
you're
don't
looking
look
at
at my
your
shinies. Other people look at their shinies.
Really? You question
And
you question
overvalue
what
their
has to
hand.
raise there.
4 to a straight. I've seen people 4 to a straight or 4 to a flush, barreling top pair, barreling 2 pair.
And then, but they're not calling raises.
Come on.
They're not
Yes,
calling
they
raises.
are. They're raising you. They're raising you.
Mike's got
Come on.
aces, and I would. Oh, here we go. Top set for Mike.
Everybody
and
gets a
Harlan
set.
makes a pair. And if I'm Harlan, I'm not folding a pair of 10s. It's Mike. Mike bet 275 in the flop. Harlan made the call. 4 clubs comes off on the turn. And Mike's gonna fire again. It's-
And Mike's reputation is going to get him paid. You know what I mean?
Mike would do this with a flush draw. Mike would do this with like
a
6,
4.
7. Mike, yeah.
He turns a 4 and he does this.
What would we be saying right now if Mike had a 6, 7? Would we be saying like, oh my God, Harlan, how do you not just call it's Mike? What are you doing? How you can never fold?
Exactly.
Or are we going to be results oriented in our analysis of this hand and say like, oh well, he has top sets. So
Let's
like,
not be results
let's
oriented.
pretend Mike has 6, 7. What do you do if you're Harlan here?
You just call.
Aren't you calling the intention of folding river? That's 400. Or would you be more inclined to think that Mike's going to check call all his pairs?
He has been check calling a lot of his pairs tonight.
2 barrels, Harlan gets out of the way. Good fold by Harlan.
You know what your problem is? You think too much.
You know your problem is.
You know what your problem is? Only a good friend like me would tell you that. They're asking about the app. It just flashed, but now you're looking at the Longhorn. Download the app in the Sony Play Store, on the Apple Store. Is it called the Apple Store? I don't know. I'm an Android user.
I admit I am a member of the iPhone army, which you say it out loud and it sounds fishy, but you know
Sad.
what? It works. It always works. It always works. So we're gonna go multi-way here, waiting for the kind of the graphics to catch up, see how many we're playing with.
Ghost of M says that women tell him that all the time. You know your problem is you think too much.
Cornbread made a 75 to go pre. Peter just called ace queen.
The problem with it, the levels in this game are much thicker. It's like a 10-layer dip, you know? In 1-3, sometimes it's in vain. Sometimes all your, you know, you're kind of, like you put your thought process onto players that aren't thinking about anything. They're just here to have fun.
Navy bets pair 7, 6 down the pot. That's what I know. Samsung for the fire.
Have become comfortably numb. Great music in here. I should have brought my lighter and just like.
You could just be like.
Zach from Sac. Here we go. Lucky diamonds for Zach. 9-8. Races to 75. I like it. In the hijack.
Mike's got an ace. And
Matt.
he's gonna put in a 3-bet.
Oh, Mike. Yeah. Sorry, I was looking at Matt.
Put your dancing shoes on.
Zach, you can't fold this.
It's too pretty.
I'm just. It's just.
Position. I'm not faulting Zach.
I just don't want to live anymore when people don't gamble. Buddha Belly 505. Yes, you're correct. No, I don't hate things that don't exist.
Yes, Lyman's son, I was playing like a net, but I
You-
did make money.
You did? Like 100?
I made like 6.
You did? When?
After the stream.
Oh, yeah, not on the
The game
stream.
kept going. I think
Yeah,
from
the game
stream,
was good.
I think I made 100. I mean, the game's always good, but yeah, I was knitting it up.
Tay raises to 75. Mike's calling because he can. Yeah, I see Mike. So I saw Mike put in a call. Sorry, Matt put in a call. Checked around to Mike. He c-bets this. Mike calls with, or sorry, Matt. Matt and Mike, I gotta get it together. Matt calls with his pocket sevens, 4 on the turn.
And that is gonna check call this all the way home. 6 comes off. Matt makes it straight. And now leads into Mike. No love.
678 said I was told by one of the best players, one of the biggest secrets to becoming successful in poker, ... And then T. Burke says trust fund. We might know one big trust fund baby out here.
Mm-hmm.
Barrels. I feel like this song's like too mellow.
It is. I'm like really like.
Comfortably numb. We're comfortably numb.
Very much.
I've seen Pink Floyd live, by the way,
Have you really?
in Edmonton, Alberta, without Roger Waters, of course.
How was that?
That was, they don't love each other anymore, Roger Waters and the rest of Pink Floyd.
So Matt and Harlan both up nearly 10K, or up to nearly 10K.
Thank you, Mike. Right?
OTB Red Baron Jonas Moles was my wig. I'm wearing it, brother.
Might not be on his head, but he's wearing it. I don't know where else you would, but I'm not going there.
Leave that one alone.
Mike raises to 100 with a king 9 suited. I love it. Harlan calls 100. Cornbread's in the hand. Peter's got some foldage. To a flop. Ace 9 5.
Mike flops the best of it with his pair of 9s. He's got backdoor hearts as well. He seems somewhat disinterested in the hand. He's kind of looking down at his phone.
I think that might be his thing.
He don't care. He makes a call.
Jack on the turn. Now some sort of straight draw could have got there, but
Checks through. Pair of 9's good.
Babyface ATL, that's right. Pinky in the brain today. You're the first person to put that meme up. Or that emoji. It's Pinky in the brain. If you and I had a love child, be a pink-haired, bearded,
Cranium.
sunglassing, yeah, that, sunglasses,
That had a right shoulder ache.
that had a right shoulder ache.
So, you love sushi.
Love sushi.
I love sushi.
What? We're like kindred spirits. Yeah, I know you love sushi. That's why I purposely
didn't
did not
invite
invite
me
you to sushi.
So, I mean, like shameless plug here. Like, have you like poke bowls? Have you been to Fish Face downtown?
No. I gotta go.
I should not have been told about this place.
Fish face?
Fish Face.
I'm going
Christ, it was good.
tomorrow.
Are you really?
Yeah.
What?
Ace 10-7 on the flop, all spades. Mike's got a flush draw with
I'm
a
gonna go.
4. I don't know if I'm gonna invite you. 7 pairs the board.
It's messed up. It's not right. I told you.
Fish face.
And I went there with a couple of friends, and like they hyped it up. They talked a lot about it, and they built up pretty well, and it did not disappoint.
I'm Lemon Sun wants a Twitch voting poll where we can pick the next hair color. Bob can put that up. I've got a blue wig, a red wig, and a lavender wig.
So Mike here, who's been driving a lot of the action, he picks up jacks. Harlan can pick up ace king right behind him.
Ghost of M, we're soulmates for sure. I eat a lot. Like every 2 hours, I like a big meal. A lot. Have you ever seen anyone eat more than me?
No.
I eat like an ogre, right?
Yeah, no, it's not real.
It's weird.
Harlan makes it 350 to go with ace king. I would not expect Mike to fold.
I wouldn't be surprised if Mike gave it a little pushback.
Mike might 4-bet this, yes. Makes a call. Ace, Jack, Queen, and we got trouble brewing. Harlan, top pair, top kicker, inside straight draw. Mike, bottom set. And Harlan, I like a check back here from Harlan. I like a check back here a lot. Not just versus Mike, just this board. You can get value from other one pair straight draws. But how many of those
Can
other
Harlan
hands?
fold this if like Mike were to just stick it?
I don't think you can because it's Mike, and Mike might do this with like King Queen. Mike might do that with Jack 10.
Mike just calls.
Uh-oh. Harlan makes Broadway.
Wow. This is getting as dirty as a typical Saturday
Yes.
night for Harlan on the red light district.
Mike
But yeah.
can't love that card. I say that, and Mike's cutting chips. Check calls the worst of it, leads with, or check calls the best of it, leads with the worst of it. Wow.
And wow.
Raise all in
Pair
and a
the board.
snap call.
And he says pair the board.
I think you run it once or twice. Once, twice. Oh! Shit on a stick.
Oh no! Jesus! Shit! I had to. Wow!
And a smash up hand between Harlan and Mike. They ran it once, and Mike gets there. Ayah!
And the chat goes wild.
Stones live. 2 shows in a row, giving us a dirty, dirty, dirty river card.
And Mike gets them back, and I'll tell you, one of those players that you don't mind having chips because you know he's going to give you action.
He's gonna show some love.
He's going to show you love. He's going to give you some McLovin.
You saw how like Harlan stuffs it, and Mike's just like, whatever, man.
Yeah.
F it.
The F it button goes off.
Get there. Get some.
I like it.
Yes.
I like it.
When you slam the chips, you're scared of crushing.
He knew he was behind when he stuffed it, too.
Yeah, no, he knows he's the king of where he's like, you know what?
Whatever.
Yeah.
And the smile. And now he's interested in the game again.
Oh, what a game.
Watch him tighten up, build a moat, and put an alligator in that moat. That would be sick, right? I'd hate that.
Yes.
And Bigger Ultra says, and then has to apologize for spiking the chips. Ryan 00714 said the bad thing is Mike's still stuck.
But you know what? Hey, hats off to Harlan. Harlan's still up in this game, but I mean he took it very, very, very well. That's a dirty, dirty river
Come on,
card.
Harlan's-
But what would you? Yeah, no, Harlan's been there, done that, and every game and bigger.
If you're the guy that spazzes out when you
You're
lose
not
a
gonna
hand,
phase Harlan.
yeah. No one's gonna invite you to a game if you're a spaz because you lose a pot. Flip the table every time you lose a big hand.
Whee!
Although Harlan did
Yeah.
eat a card last time I played with him.
Yeah, but that was like a dare, right? Or a thing.
Yeah. We decided to let him back in because he tipped everybody.
So this character here, leaning back in the chair,
Yeah.
this table here, if Nick Colvin had like an illegitimate child
I
somewhere,
thought that was Nick.
right?
I thought you were.
If Nick had like an illegitimate like bastard child somewhere, doesn't
No way!
Is it Nick?
It's no, but
it's
it
not.
looks exactly like Nick.
right?
We're looking at you.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Yeah. He's like me.
He's like me? No, you're cool. No, it's good.
No, it's good.
No, stay in the game. You're good. Yeah. No, we're looking at you. Yeah. Nick, if you're watching this, buddy, your doppelganger's down
Yeah,
here. Or
exactly the same.
that one time that in Vegas with that stripper named Cinnamon, she went to term and
had your child.
it's real.
Yeah, we're talking about
How's it
you.
going, man?
You look exactly. Do you know the guy who owns Deech Poker, Nick Colvin? You look like you could be his twin brother, or maybe he had a baby with someone and you're his son.
Slightly older than him, son.
It's funny because I was looking at you and I swear to God I know you.
That one night stand? No.
I know them all. All right, we're back to the game.
That's so
Right?
creepy. Well,
Right?
I mean, like parallel
It
universe.
got weird, didn't it?
They're the same person.
Yeah, totally. If from a distance he looks younger, but then of course he's like, oh, maybe. Like,
So weird.
yeah.
Oh
So
my
Matt
God.
makes a 75 to go under the gun, ace 7. Here's how good this game is, where Matt's raising ace 7 suited under the gun. In a lot of games, I don't think Matt probably feels he can't play that hand profitably from that position, but in this game,
Why not?
why not?
Cornbread
Because
calls.
screw it, that's why.
Because reasons.
And he's gonna flop some hearts, I love it.
6-9
Peter's got
jack,
hearts as
2
well.
hearts.
Peter's got an inside straight draw and a flush draw. Matt's got the best flush draw, but also blocking the 7 Peter's straight. Cornbread's open-ended. He's got to fade the heart if and when he gets there. And Harlan found some way to brick out. Turn.
Oh, we were hoping for hard.
We wanted blood. 10 comes off. Cornbread now makes a pair to go along with his open-ended straight draw. Peter improves to an open-ended to go along with his flush draw. And Matt picks up an inside straight draw to go along with his nut flush draw. Poker's good. It's live and it's
Poker's
well.
good if you're not folding. I hope if Peter folds here, I'll die inside a little bit. I'm gonna die. Peter, I'm dying.
Cornbread bet 600.
Money ain't no thing.
That's 3/4 pot. Brings the pot up to 1,400 now. Peter makes a call. On this board, Matt's got to feel like one of these players has a real hand, and if a heart comes off, he just might get paid.
Oh, baby. Oh, Matt, how you're going to get paid.
Little does Matt know. Well, I mean, heart's obviously a great card for him. 7 comes off. Peter feels his straight. Cornbread is going to turn his pair of 10s into a bluff.
He's thinking flush draw, missed, and straight draw.
If a flush draw misses, like...
Is Peter just calling?
If a flush draw misses, what are you trying to get value from then? Why bet?
Yeah.
He's turning
It's
his
just
pair...
so weird. Yeah, it's just so weird that... What is he going to get off this hand? I mean, what is he going to get? He's not going to get a...
He can get a jack to fold.
Okay.
He can get he can get like queen jack, king jack to fold. Because jack 8, 9, 8, 10, 8 somehow got there. Although it's hard for a lot of 8s to get to, non-heart draw 8s to get to the turn, other than like jack 8. And you don't have any blockers.
Blockers are important, man. They're real. Blockers are more important in an Omaha game. You give them a lot of credit in Hold'em.
Yeah, it matters.
I don't think they matter.
I don't weight them the same.
Yeah.
In like a
be.
basing way of thinking. I don't give them I'll give them the same.
They're not everything to you. They're not your girl.
But they matter. Especially like if in spots where like you don't. I mean, in Hold'em, or in PLO, we use blockers for offensive type bets. Where like I think in Hold'em. For me, at least, more so, it's more top 2 here for Nate, by the way. Where like I don't want to be blocking my opponent's bluffs. So like I don't want to be if I'm bluffing, I don't want to be like have busted clubs myself and be trying to get someone off of top pair. Because then I'm blocking the hands that they miss. So like on the other side of it, like I'll be using a nut blocker to pause like okay, well he can't have the nuts because I have the nut blocker. On the other end of it and hold them, it's like reverse blockers where it's like okay, well I'm blocking bluffs because I have these cards, this card, which a lot of hands he might have some of the draws that he had. Even though I missed, I'm blocking his busted draws in my own holding. So I don't want to be barrel off here in this spot because I am blocking his bluffs. Know what I mean?
Yeah. In other words, you're gauging your equity.
Blondie's playing. I'm saying I like Blondie. Anti-blockers, blockers, 6, 7, 8. He knows what's up. Yeah, anti-blockers. I mean, it's like ranges and stuff, man.
It's equity. Everything's equity. Proper gauge of your equity in a hand and your opponent's equity is everything.
6, 7, 8, just like stuff it.
Flat collar.
I have the sauce wants to play heads up. All right.
I'm gonna get 6, 7, 8 so schmammered on Veronica and Friends.
Right.
He'll be playing like a donk. Watch. Yeah. His meta game will be so reduced to like meta throwing up. No, I'll feed him. He'll be fine. Lavender is winning apparently.
Look, I was blocking thin value.
6, 7, 8. I keep boxes of wine in the trunk of my car. Parking lot barreling.
Triple range murder barrel bluff? Absolutely. Semi-value bluffing. So sexy. So sexy.
Now I know why you lose at 1-3. But win
Kick
at high.
rocks!
No one wins more at 1-3 than I do.
Awesome kick rocks. Just went full rain, man. 9 comes off on the turn. Harlan's open-ended. Matt actually has the best of it with his King 10. And now locks down the best of it with his pair of kings. Wow, and Matt's gonna bet here. He's trying to get value from a jack. A lot of worse players would check back there.
It's looked up. What?
What?
What did Harlan?
Did Harlan think he had 9-10?
Did Harlan misread his hand? Did Harlan just give a gift of $460? Oh, I see a king.
Okay,
Harlan
software
showed a
error.
king.
Software error.
Thank you very much.
Harlan shows a king. Okay.
Wow.
So we got a little. Somehow we had a little glitch there. Harlan had to have. Shows the king. King 8, obviously. I feel like you and I are both kind of like, you know.
Yeah, like we thought he misread his hand, but actually the software misread.
Oh, he said that was a jack. So he's gotta have jack 10.
I thought I saw a king, but yeah, maybe it's a jack. Yeah, jack 10.
Jack 10 makes more sense.
Jack 10 does make more sense.
And that trying to get paid off by a jack.
That was ahead the whole way, Harlan.
No, but I'm just saying,
Now Bob's catching heat. Bob, welcome to our world now, baby.
Playing gloves on the river, you gotta live.
Bob, the Stones know that sometimes the software misreads. It's a joke.
Oh, let me know when your jokes get funny.
I want to take something precious to you and like knock it over right now. I really do.
I want to do things to you too, that way, that are mean. But I don't.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Boothie. So I think a hand like Jack 10 makes a lot of sense there, the way that played out.
Are people still asking if this is a tournament? Blinds haven't gone up in 3 hours. Can you imagine if it just came out and like, blinds are up, boys. 25.50 with a mandatory straddle.
Wouldn't that be fun? I've actually heard of like players like that'll go down and like play cash game poker like that. Well, they'll play till they double up and play flip it to win it, kind of like style poker.
Yeah, I know
we'll
people.
we'll move up stakes. Like they'll start out at like, you know, the 1-3, 1-2, whatever like that, or 2-5,
And keep
they'll go
moving up.
5-10, and this and these people say they'll see them do this on a daily basis. Treat it like, you know, a $200 to $300
Buy-in to try
cash
it.
game, and treat it like a tournament buy-in.
Yeah. I know a guy in Edmonton that used to play like that constantly, and he'd lose and lose and lose, and then like 1 out of 10 times he'd rip it and end up at the like 10-25 game,
25-50, yeah, you're like,
and he makes 10K that night or something.
yeah.
I'm gonna try that. Sounds like a decent
You're the
plan.
worst person that should like mention that to.
Don't
Like you.
Tell me about gambling things. King 4-5 on the flop.
2 spades, top for cornbread.
Mike also has a king. Not as good of a kicker. Matt with 7 still. Harlan with a gut shot. Oh, sorry, open-ended. Pardon me. Apparently, Bear Juice coming to Stones next month. We'll see.
You know, yeah, I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, me too. He'll try to like cash in his bicycle casino chips at the cage. Do these work?
Gambling things. So good.
You know, people are gamblers like when they don't cash out their chips, when they like go home with chips. Have you seen that? You might be one of those people. Hence, at the supermarket asking if they'll take your chips.
Mike now. Cornbread bet 1,000. That's 1K at this pot, and Mike jams.
Takes it.
If you're cornbread, you can't fold. There it is. And Harlan's is I was open-ended. Gonna eat a lot of peaches. Gonna bet it for protection. Board double pairs out. And cornbread.
Mr. Green Chronic, you probably are a gambler. You can also call the gambling hotline, 1-800-GAMBLING problem or whatever it's called, 1-800-GAMBLER. Some of the guys that play poker here are on the other end of that line.
I love it. At least you know they get you. They're gonna understand. You're not gonna like pick up something and they're like, why don't you just not do it anymore? Like,
yeah, no, they're gonna be like, look, you just need to like merge your range. Your problem is you're like.
Well, first of all, I'm never flatting ace king there.
Yeah.
That's like what you want to hear for like the other end, like the.
That's what you want to
gambler.
hear at 1-800-GAMBLER. You want to hear like some proper analysis.
Chips and cornbread.
GPOOLE. Walked away from 5 seconds. Shaq Spencer says, what the F was that shove? That's called...
2006, bet it for protection. Can eat a lot of peaches, can bet it
That's
for
called,
protection.
I don't like money and I don't care.
Yeah.
That's called suck it, Trebek. You've never been suck it, Trebek?
I
You're
have.
like, what? I've got a... What are you doing? I don't understand, but I call with one chip.
Court Mike, the legend.
Isaac X Mike says, I never catch my chips. I'm just gonna lose them the next day anyway. I like your style. I like to feel the money for a few days, and then when I come back, I give it away anyway. There's always a guy that looks like Bill in seat 3, right?
Yes.
Tom, Bill, or a guy that looks like that. Okay, you're stuck. Wine is in order, plus more chips. That sounds like your medicine,
Yeah. Nothing a little Cabernet can't fix.
right?
Right? Tom's got queens. Harlan's got the 9-7. 9 comes off on the turn. Harlan might like that card. He's gonna bet it. I personally like a check there, but then again, I hate most things. Tom makes a quick call. It just gets better for Tom. Ace comes off. So here's the thing for Harlan. What ace X hands is Tom checking back flop with calling the turn? Not a lot. I'd more likely put him on the type of hand that he has, a pair under the king, in which case I'm more inclined to barrel that ace than I am to check it.
You get it here. Here.
I mean, there's no real draw, so it's kind of like you put him on like ace X of clubs, spades, and nothing like that. There's no reason to suspect that he had an ace there, unless you think it's just like floating ace queen. He's more, I think, much more likely to have exact holding a pair under the king to check back, call turn. So when the ace comes off, I think that's a great card against what appear to be a fairly snug player to barrel off there.
Yeah. Ryan was getting worried about Peter, but then he saw the salad, and then he thought, we're good.
Yeah.
Peter's still healthy.
He's gonna live. He's gonna make it.
Harlan's limping. A king jack under the gun +1. I don't know life anymore. This is not the Harlan that I knew. You know what I mean? I feel like we need to send him a bottle of tequila and wake him up. Who is this?
But yeah, and like fit the whole bottle in like a suppository. Just like, here you go, Harlan.
You know about that stuff? I worked in the emergency room in Las Vegas. I saw
Wake up,
that.
Harlan. Wake up.
Smack him in the face. Barrel.
Queen comes off on the turn. Harlan's still ahead here with king high. Zach was hoping to turn a spade to go along with his inside straight draw. It didn't happen. He's gonna barrel anyway. Harlan, let's go. And Zach gets away with it with 8 high.
Be sedated. Ba, 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 ba. I wanna be sedated.
You know, it's funny, like when I was a kid, like the Ramones, I wasn't like
I've
way
seen
in.
them live.
Have you really?
Yeah.
See, I wasn't like a big Ramones fan when I was younger, but I really don't feel like just like my palate for wine hadn't really matured yet. Like my music
We
palate.
still haven't, but yeah.
Wow. Like I'm a music connoisseur.
Okay. I don't remember Led Zeppelin songs, but I knew them all, man.
I could sing every Led Zeppelin song.
That's the Jake. I don't know them, but I can sing them all. Okay, that's what a connoisseur says, right? You're a music fish. Come on. Let's go. We got a pot. Zach's raising. Race to 75 with an 8-3 of hearts on the button. Don't grind your teeth too hard. Gets a call from Navy.
I swear to God. Ace three deuce.
Ace high flop. Navy donk bets into Zach. And that flop with an ace is right in his raising range, don't you think?
Yeah, I'm not in love with the donk there.
Zach just calls.
Clubs come off, or I'm sorry, club comes off. Brings 2 flush draws, completes a straight draw.
Staring at him. If Navy shows a little bit of weakness, maybe Zach's it's just an odd.
It's a weird line.
Weird line, yeah.
It's you have a wide range on the button. I haven't played a lot of hands. I'm gonna fire 2 streets and make you have an ace.
Well, is an ace gonna fold there?
No, an ace isn't going to fold, but also at the same time, if you're Navy, are you donking a lot of aces into him? And when, like, if you really, here's the contradictory logic there. If you're barreling, if you're leading 9-7 because you think your opponent has a wide range and have an ace, is less likely to have aces and get folds there. At the same time, if Zach's like showing clearly, not choosing the one in front of me, and he recognizes that, which is why he called for the 3 on the flop. If Navy actually had an ace, wouldn't he be more inclined to check call most of his aces?
Yeah.
I think he'd be leading some 4s that then got there. I mean, the one hand, if I was Zach, I'd be afraid of it is a 4.
It's just weird.
He might lead an inside straight draw, like donk a straight draw.
It's just weird in this level of game to see the donk bet.
I don't have a lot of folds if I'm Zach, but then again, I don't fold a lot of things. Like the one thing I'd be afraid of is a 4. He might donk and he might lead an inside straight draw that got there on the turn, like 24, 34, 4x.
So Peter raises to 100 with Ace King. Surprising because he's been limping with Ace King. Harlan's putting a 3-bet to 475. I like it. I like it a lot.
I hate most things. I don't like it. I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No, you're out of position. Why are you trying to be like?
Inflate the pot. Yeah. I like barreling. I like gambling. I like all kinds of things that cost a lot of money.
Peter's going to fold a lot of hands that other players wouldn't. At the same time, Peter's also going to wait till he can open up premiums, as he is here. If I'm going to be 3-betting Peter, I'm definitely doing it in position. I guess you're repping a stronger hand. Oh, Jesus Christ.
What did you think was going to happen? We know Peter. We know Peter. Peter limps Ace King on a regular basis. It hurts me inside. Peter needs a vodka enema.
Oh.
Zach calls sixes and is dominated. And Mike, no way, Jose, you cannot fold this. No.
Oh, God.
There we go. This is
Mike calls Queen Jack of Spades, and we have a 3-way and a 3-bet pot. I love it. King 9 Dewey and Harlan 7s are still out in front.
Oh my God.
Make no mistake, if he's betting here, it's mostly a bluff.
Peter is hating his life right now because he thinks he would have flopped best maybe. So Zach checks over to Zach,
who recognizes that he's probably behind.
Harlan, it's weird that he didn't see bet. No?
So if you can get folds out of 8s and 10s, you're c-betting. This is another reason why I don't like 3-betting the 7s there. I just don't like. You're gonna find so many awkward boards. Now, here's something.
Oh,
check, raise, jam. Wow.
Wow. Look at his face. Look at Zach's face. And he didn't know that he was bluffing with the best hand, actually.
I've lost my marbles.
That whole hand played out so freaking weird.
So, take 0-1. Okay, so I don't love Harlan's play 3-betting the 7s out of position because I think multi-way you're just gonna get too much action. You're gonna play, and you're just gonna be so many bad boards for your hand. Obviously, any non-7 board is bad for your hand, or non-6 high board, even though the 6 high board would have been bad too, because Zach had 6s, but that's being results oriented. Once it checks to Zach probably knows he's second best there. But if Harlan has a lot of hands that might 3-bet and then fold to 2 streets of aggression, if he can't beat a king, you know, queens, jacks, 10s, something like that, that might fold to 2 streets of aggression. One hard part about it is if you're Zach, Peter open, are you not 3-betting ace king? I think Zach's always 3-betting ace king. I think that's kind of the only king that Zach can bet on 2 streets. I mean, is Zach going to call a 3-bet out of the blinds with a hand like king queen? Probably not. So what's Zach really repping there? Flush draws, set of 9s, something like that. So Harlan's play is
was negative EV most of the time.
I think his play pre-flop's negative EV. His play on the flop, I mean, unless he thinks Zach is capable of flatting Peter ace king.
And Peter calls here with 9s.
Yeah, no, I don't like the 3-bet with 7s at all. But then
so,
again, I hate most things.
Peter's ahead right now. Pocket 9s. He doesn't know it. Everyone else missed.
Joe Fresh 23, keep grinding it up, man. Get the money and get in this game. King comes off on the turn.
Gives Trey the best hand right now. Sorry, Tay. Sunday.
Takes
I'm
it
not a big
at
fan of
1.
U2.
This is a great song.
No, this is a good song, but I'm not a big fan of U2 in
You're
general.
such a their 80s stuff is great.
It's okay.
The Joshua Tree, are you serious?
No, it's okay. I'm just not a great. They have good songs.
I don't know what to do with you right now. Tay takes down the pot with a pair of kings. No, I mean, going back to that other hand, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on there. I mean, the 3-betting the 7s, I'm not in love with. I mean, I would rather see him c-bet with the 7s than, and then check raise, but at the same time, like, once Zach bets, Harlan can get him off better hands. Now, Harlan had the best hand, but he's not counting on that with 7. So the check raise and the flop, I like more than his 3-betting pre.
But it's still bad?
I think everything's bad. I hate everything about things. I don't think the check raise is as bad as the 3-bet.
Yeah.
And when Zach's betting 6s, it's hard there because he's like only because rationally he doesn't have ace king. So he's kind of like would 10s or jack he's not 3-betting jacks. He's like 10's gonna be betting king 9x in a 3-bet pot there. I don't feel like they are that often. So it's gonna be mostly flush draws, or he can have really strong hands too, like a set of 9s, or it was king 9, whatever they.
Can we just move on to the next hand?
All right, whatever. Poker's being played. Mike makes it 200 to go. Ace queen. Navy's gonna fold a pair of 6s.
I know that you love this, but sometimes you get fixated on hands, and I've seen you go for 2 hours on one hand. And Matt probably changed his phone number because he's done with you texting him about one hand for 2 hours.
But what about this? But what about that?
But what about if this? But what were you thinking here? What level were you at there? It's like you're doing quantum theory with cards. The minute details of it all.
Let's do that. We'll have a show after the show.
Called Quantum Theory with Cards?
Yeah, Overthinking to the End, starring Pinky and the Brain. We'll take one hand.
Oh my gosh, I can't sit in the booth with you for like an hour and talk about one hand. My eyes will start crossing and I'll need a vodka enema.
But what if
Hashtag vodka enema.
Zach makes it, ZM makes it 75 to go, queen jack off.
Now talk about positive EV from getting drunk. Right?
Alright. Matt puts in a 3-bet to 225 ace queen, takes down the pot.
Steam Maker, what's up? Not Nice Mice is in the chat. Haven't seen him in a while. He's like, what are you talking about? I was just at your house for dinner tonight.
You need to restock the refrigerator. I love it. Johnny, I can't even say it right. What's rent like out in Cali? See, that's what I'm talking about. Get in this game.
You might overthink every hand, but at least I don't miss my read, my flushes, and call off. Got you there. Where's your glasses? Did you bring them tonight? You wore them last time you did commentary.
I should be wearing my glasses right now. I'd probably be able to recognize what's really going on in some of these hands. Tay makes it 100 to go with jacks. Peter's got ace king. Come on, Peter. We don't want to play this hand out of position. Peter makes a call. Zach makes a call for us as well.
Painful.
7-10-3. Tay's jacks are still good. Duster Shields, yes, this is 10-25, no limit hold'em. Welcome to the game.
You can straddle up to half your stack under the gun. I just hate it all.
So, I mean...
I hate lots of things, but not as much as you.
In Peter's defense, most players, flatting ace king versus an under the gun opening range isn't the worst thing at all, albeit for we don't want to play or be playing our hands out of position.
Yeah.
So, had Peter been on the button, I don't think flatting ace king against and then a snug player opening under the gun, it would be a bad thing. That said, Tay seems like he's been willing to splash around a little bit, and we're out of position. We're in the big blind. I don't think we want to play the hand that way.
Yeah.
So I'm much more. I mean, I like 3-betting ace king, anyway, just because I like to party.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like namely because we're out of position, and it's a player who, I mean, we're ahead of most of his range. I think opening the gun. So we'd actually 3-bet for value. It's a 3-bet value semi bluff with ace king there. Plus, it's gonna give us the betting lead on most boards. Because if he's opening eights and it comes down like 10-4 deuce. We can c-bet there and rep jacks plus and get him to fold the best hand.
We could write a book about how Peter shouldn't be limping ace kings.
He shouldn't be sitting in 8-6, and he shouldn't be sitting in seat 6 and Jimmy eating salad every time. You gotta be balanced. I mean,
We're getting some golden kappa.
can we stream Baccarat?
Oh my God.
Mick Roberts.
I know. Can we stream video poker? Limp pot.
I'm mostly ahead of the computer's range here, so.
I told you, Alan Kessler, within the first few minutes, he's like, yeah, I have a strategy to win video poker. Do you want me to show you? And I'm like, no. No, I do not.
For a guy that thinks that hard about stuff like structures and like everything, you think in some way, you think harder to realize that it's just like a negative EV proposition, to play video poker, period.
But overthinking can become fishy because you start to overthink and start to convince yourself of things. Wow, just break equipment. Bob, he's breaking equipment.
So Harlan makes it 75 to go. He's got the best club in the hand. Tom makes a call. 8 of clubs comes off, making Tom's straight, but Harlan makes his flush. Tom bets 150 into him on a 4-club board at no club. Harlan calls with a 9 high flush. Ace of diamonds comes off on the river, and this is going to go check, check. And Harlan says pair of 8s and shows the flush. Needle, needle. Online, we have 4 color decks for people like you. That's so sad because online, I have 4 color decks turned on.
You should.
As well I should. I have all reds. What? What do you mean I don't win? All reds.
I told you about the first time I played Omaha, right?
Yeah. And call the floor over, explain 2 from your hand, 3 from the board.
I had the ace high flush.
Yeah.
With just the ace of hearts. I thought my ace of hearts played. I was fighting for that pot.
Tell me at some point you broke out the well, I should at least get my money back because I didn't know.
No,
Tell me, damn it. Mike makes a 75 to go under the gun. King 9 of clubs. Matt calls. Cornbread. Tom. Everyone's in the hand. Queen, Queen 10.
Tom's ahead right now with a 10. I'm staying to play just because they're playing such good music tonight. Bet and take it.
Susie hates me. No, we're good. Lee Jones trying to push 4 Codex live. I'm for it.
Thank you.
Navy with the Kings. Hasn't played as many hands. He might have a little trouble extracting value here, but Tom's got a hand he might want to see a flop with. Ace Jack. Spec Navy to 3-bet. Pretty standard. 275 to go from Navy. Tom makes a call. $834, 2 clubs. Like a small bet here from Navy. Not much. Wow, Tom's gonna float him.
It's weird to have Tom float Navy. You know what I mean? This is just a weird.
Exactly. I mean, even if you put Tom on a hand like Ace King, Ace Queen, there's still a bit of Ace Jack. I mean, unless you're planning to raise the turn.
And that's the thing. Like floating takes a plan. No, don't you think?
Yeah.
Floating takes a plan.
Maybe Tom was thinking like, okay, if a club comes off, I can rep a club.
Yes.
As it is, that card. Tom hasn't been opening much like 8-7, 8-6 hands like that, so
yeah.
It's hard for Tom to rep, a hand like 2 pair on that turn. I think mostly his best chances for a club, like I said, a club to peel off and rep clubs. But yeah, like I said, player dependent. I'm much more likely to be floating, Zach, Mike, Harlan, than I am to be floating Navy. Navy seems to have been playing pretty close to the vest, going for value in spots where he's ahead, hasn't really got out of line, and he 3-bet out of the blind. He's generally going to be pretty strong there.
Yes.
Tay makes it 75 to go. Zach makes a quick call with King 9 spades. Mike finally finds a hand to fold. And Harlan takes the old 8-4 out of the big blind. And these 3 gentlemen are going to have a 3-way. 3-4-5. Tay's open-ended. Zach's got spades. And Harlan hits middle pair with a backdoor heart draw. Chips. Zach bets 125.
Table 11. I think we should make table 11 shirts.
Table 11. 2 pair now for Harlan. Tay's a little bit in, and Zach's will drawing spades. This is good. Alright, almost like a check raise here out of Harlan. He's going to lead it.
375.
Tay's going to dump the ducks. Now, both Zach and Harlan are about 5,800 deep. If Zach thinks that Harlan has a really strong hand here, he should definitely be flatting. I don't think he's going to fold. But then I said that earlier, and he folded a flush draw on a non-paired board. But that was against a different opponent. I'd be more inclined to fold versus a looser opponent who's less likely to have a strong range or a strong hand. That said, Harlan overcalling the flop and then leading into multiple opponents should be pretty strong. So I don't blame Zach for calling. Harlan is going to let Zach hang himself. He checks. I believe so. He checked, yes?
I believe so.
Call.
Calls. Yeah. Insta call.
Well played, Harlan. Well played, Harlan.
Did I tell you I ran so good the other day? I flopped set over set with this guy, took all his chips, doubled me up, and then I was involved in another hand against him. I put him on tilt so bad. I was flush draw. I had a flush draw, and I called 2 streets. River, he checks. I check back. He insta-mucks. And I just didn't even show my hand, and he shifts the spot.
Rake the pot with a busted flush draw?
I raked the pot with a busted flush draw. I thought he was strong because he bet into 2
And so
streets.
you just like say the bluff.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna bluff. So anyway.
That's our show. Wow, what a game.
Apparently O.J. Simpson's dead. We found out tonight.
Yeah, no, it's really tragic. I mean, I feel bad about it.
No more limping ace king. You're kicked off the stream.
Yeah.
That's what we say, right? New rules.
And Corporal Mike is a ballet dancer who wears tights and spews when he's not on the dark side.
He doesn't like money. He probably does like money.
He really likes money a lot.
Listen, we got a 5-5 game on Monday. And then we got some Omaha next week. Omaha.
It's French.
Some
for
plo.
more cards.
Some plo.
Plo.
French for more cards. It's actually German. You're wrong. Thank you so much for joining us. Hit that heart. We will notify you when we go live every single Monday and Wednesday. Have a good night, everyone.
Drink beer.
Barrel.